The O-Shot is a really cool thing, folks. There's a plethora of information on the internet. If you Google it, you'll find a whole bunch of stuff. You can start on our website, which is
Good morning, everyone.
www.hormonetherapy.com, or you can give us a call. 561-953-5490. That's 561-953-5490.
Good morning.
If you'd like some more information on the O-Shot.
And it's always a free consultation for Steve Kane listeners with Dr. Mitch Matez. Call his office, 561-953-5490. 561-953-5490. All right, Dr. Matez, take care. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Brian. Have a great day.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Avoid plumbing.
Good morning. Here we go.
Trust. $350 for single people, $450 for married couples.
Here we go.
Trust with Attorney Barry Siegel. He will give you
Make sure you
$100
subscribe if you do not.
Tavolino Italian Restaurant in Palm Springs. The Siegel Law Group, with 9 offices in South Florida, including Boca Raton, Plantation, and Coral Springs. FLA 3782.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
The Steve Kane Show is live in Morning Drive, 6 till 9 a.m. weekdays, and overnights, midnight till 6 a.m., 7 nights a week. To call the show toll.
All right. Welcome, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Oh, man, it's Thursday already? Oh, my goodness, it's Thursday the 5th. That's right, the 5th of December, 2019. This is the most pro-Donald Trump radio show in America. This is the longest-running radio show in the state of Florida, The Steve Kane Radio Show, on the radio since 1977. Welcome back, one and all. So much to talk about. I tell you, that impeachment hearing, what a freaking joke. Pizza the Hut up there, Jerry Nadler, if he could stay awake. Oh, my goodness. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. He does look like a Weeble wobble. Any of you remember Weeble wobbles? Is that still a thing? Do they still make Weeble wobbles? I don't know. But Pizza the Hut Nadler certainly is one. You know, what was going on yesterday was pretty obvious, wasn't it? It was pretty obvious. You know, they had these hearings. If you don't get Pizza the Hut, Google it. Look up Pizza the Hut on YouTube. Then you will get the joke and the reference, and you'll say, you know what? He is Pizza the Hut. A lot of people say Jabba the Hutt. I say Nadler's Pizza the Hut. And when you look up Pizza the Hut, if you don't know who that is, you will get it. So, anyway, what happened yesterday was so insanely pathetic by the Democrats. I think they had a very bad day yesterday. Very bad day. So what had happened is they had these shifty Schiff hearings. They brought witness after witness, and every Democrat witness that Schiff brought out cleared Trump. No quid pro quo, no collusion. Witness after witness. Democrat witness, Schiff witnesses. Republicans had no witnesses. That's right. And they cleared Trump. Now, that doesn't stop these sadistic, pathological liars like Schiff and the others. Well, no, we have evidence. Yes, they said no quid pro quo, but he did it. So what they did yesterday is they brought these college professors in, these intellectual legal college professors, to sell us the idea that President Trump had committed all these crimes. Bribery, that's their big one now, bribery. He thinks he's a king. I think you're a bit, well, I won't say that. Oh, my goodness. If President Trump had committed crimes, in those Schiff hearings, we would have seen and know it now. We wouldn't need a bunch of liberal intellectuals to come in and say, well, if you read what the original framers wrote in 1837 in this letter, you will find that the framers believed that bribery meant no bribery, and therefore he's committed bribery, therefore he must be impeached. Was that one guy gay enough? Oh, my goodness. What a collection. Yeah, if he really would have committed crimes, we would not need liberal intellectuals explaining to us how we're stupid because we didn't go to Stanford, we didn't go to Harvard, we didn't go to Columbia, we didn't go to Princeton or Oxford. But they all did. So they're going to tell us how it is. He really did get, yeah, I know. You think, you in America, you white trailer trash of America in flyover country, you may think that those witnesses last week in the Schiff hearing and the week before cleared President Trump, but these liberal, snooty intellectuals, they're going to tell you that he really did commit crimes. You just have to listen closely and be lectured to by college professors. Oh, my goodness. What an embarrassment. And, the Republicans, I believe, made a huge error yesterday. And the error, there's some good moments with Republicans. Don't get me wrong. In particular, Florida's own Matt Gaetz. Oh, man. I'm in Florida. Matt Gaetz is in Florida. I wish Matt Gaetz was my congressman. I might just move to his district, although he may be the senator one day or the governor. I love Matt Gaetz. He is spectacular. But the lady professor in particular, oh, my goodness. A Trump-hating witch. And, in Florida, we have a different dialect of English. In the Florida dialect, witch is spelled with a B. We emphasize the W at the beginning of it, but the rest of you in the country use the B sound, buh. We say wh. You get my drift? That liberal witch from Stanford, oh my goodness. One of the most hardcore left-wing Trump-hating activists you could possibly even imagine. And, when you listen to it, now I'll tell you, this was frightening to me. Never heard of that witch before. But I learned yesterday that she was on Hillary Clinton's list of Supreme Court nominees. Could you imagine if we had that hag on the Supreme Court of the United States? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It was a disaster yesterday for the Democrats. A disaster. Now, again, if this was 1989 instead of 2019, and there was no internet, and the only information we got was from the Washington Post, the New York Times, ABC, NBC, CBS, and CNN, oh, well, things would be different. Sadly, for these corrupt fat pigs like Jerry Nadler and that liberal witch and that gay professor and the other guy, I don't want to know their names. There's the internet. And they cannot control the message any longer. We've seen it. People are communicating it. The truth about the background of these creeps is coming out. They can't suppress the truth about them. I mean, that's what's going on here. They're trying to sell you the idea that President Trump committed crimes. No, the witnesses, you think those witnesses cleared him. Oh, yeah. But these intellectual college professors are going to tell you that he really did do what you heard the witness clear him of doing in the 2 weeks of hearings that Adam Schiff had. Oh, my goodness. If that woman would have been appointed to think about what President Trump's victory saved us from. That witch would have been quite possibly on the Supreme Court of the United States, appointed by President Hillary Clinton, who, by the way, wants everybody to know she's not a lesbian. That's what she told Howard Stern. Quick thing about Howard Stern, because I know Hannity was talking about Howard Stern, and Howard Stern's anti-Trump. And Hannity said last night that Howard Stern that he grew up with would have loved Trump. I am a huge fan of Howard Stern. I have an appreciation for Howard Stern. Howard Stern, I know you guys won't think this, but Howard Stern is a talk radio host, and he does the same style of talk radio that we do here on this program. And he grew up listening to Bob Grant. So it's I have so much respect for Howard Stern. I really do, and I listen to Howard Stern with a different ear. I believe Howard Stern is the best interviewer in the history of the celebrity interview. I listen to Howard Stern interview celebrities I've never heard of before, or people I don't care about or not interested in. And when I listen to Stern interview them, I'm fascinated because he's so good. Except when he interviewed Madonna. Madonna was such a bore. Not even Stern could help the Madonna interview be interesting. But Hannity was going after Howard Stern because he said he would have liked Trump, and this thing. Howard Stern's the greatest, okay? Greatest. He went up against all of these FM morning zoo legends of America and every market he was in and destroyed them in the rating. I mean, he's an amazing person. I have so much respect for Howard Stern. So to me, Howard Stern, much like Donald Trump, you'll never hear me criticize Howard Stern because he's so good. He's the greatest. Howard Stern does celebrity interviews. And if he were pro-Trump, he would find that he wouldn't be able to get any interviews. And I think I think he loves Trump secretly inside, but he doesn't play it that way because he wants these celebrities to come on his show. And I think that's obvious. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention that because Hannity was going after him. We'll take our break. I'm going to play some great sound bites from yesterday and some of this witch's comments apart from yesterday. I want to hear your thoughts on yesterday's disgusting hearing. You want to talk about an abuse of power. Oh, my goodness. You've got these Democrats. These Democrats are abusing their power in offices like we've never seen members of the federal government do live on television before us. I mean, this kind of corruption is usually what's done behind the scenes. I heard one report that Nancy had a meeting with all the Democrats yesterday and asked them, "Are you ready?" And they all said yes. You hear that? Have you heard that story? Well, they didn't say they were going to vote yes on impeachment or yay, did they? Oh, yeah, they're ready for the vote. But being ready for the vote doesn't mean they're going to vote the way that Pizza the Hut wants them to vote. Let's take our first break of the day. I'd really like to hear your thoughts on yesterday's Banana Republic hearings in that kangaroo court. Our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. It's a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We're going to take our break and be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Did you know that your skin is your largest organ? Yet, it's probably the most neglected. Living in South Florida means having an annual checkup for skin cancer is vital. We live in the Sunshine State after all, and our skin bears the brunt of the sunshine. It's time to have your annual skin checkup. There's no better doctor to take care of this for you than Dr. Jose Mendez. Dr. Mendez is a board-certified dermatologist, and when it comes to caring for your skin and making sure that it is healthy as possible and skin cancer-free, you want Dr. Mendez as your personal dermatologist. Dr. Mendez is caring and very knowledgeable. Your annual skin cancer exam is covered by Medicare. Dr. Mendez also takes most other insurances. Steve Kane recently had his annual skin cancer checkup. It was easy breezy. Dr. Mendez examined him from head to toe, took off a few things, and now Steve is good to go. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681. When you call, make sure to ask for Sarah. She takes extra good care of Steve Kane listeners and will get you an appointment fast. Early detection of skin cancer can save your life. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681.
This is Steve Kane with an incredible special from our friends at Brighton Dental. 8 Emax veneers at Brighton Dental, just $49.99. All the other dentists in town charge $10,000 for the exact same veneers. 10 Emax veneers, $59.99 at Brighton Dental. These are the very same veneers that other dentists in town are charging $12,000 for. Get the Hollywood smile you have always dreamed of. Call Brighton Dental at 954-922-4633.
The Medicare open enrollment period is here. Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080, 954-753-8080, and allow her to educate and guide you through the many plans, choices, and cost considerations. I Will Advisors represents all major insurance companies, not just a single carrier, so they will make sure you choose the best option for you. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors at 954-753-8080, 954-753-8080.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, the open enrollment period is winding down. Just a couple of days left. It ends on December 7th. Oh, my goodness. So if you have not already talked to Debbie at I Will Advisors, call her today. Call right now. Leave a message. They will call you back. I was just over at I Will Advisors yesterday, and they still are meeting with people and will fit Steve Kane listeners in. 954-753-8080. Call right now. Leave a message. They will call you back. Debbie from I Will Advisors will meet with you personally. They will come to you if you need her to. 954-753-8080. No matter where you are in the state of Florida, by the way, if you are a Medicare recipient, Debbie from I Will Advisors can help you. 954-753-8080. Open enrollment over on the 7th, and once open enrollment is over, boom, that's it till next year. So this is the one time of year you can make changes to your Medicare policy. So call right now, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. Matt Gaetz is a superstar. I saw him at the rally, the Trump rally last week here in South Florida in Sunrise. And Matt Gaetz, you know what surprised me the most about him in person is he's a skinny guy. He is really skinny. TV adds weight to you, I guess. And, yeah, he's a skinny little thing. And, boy, is he good. He's a superstar. Matt Gaetz is the textbook definition of what I call a Trumplican. Matt Gaetz, Florida House member, he's going places, man. He's going places. U.S. Senate, Vice President, President. I mean, Matt Gaetz is the future of the Republican Party. I mean, he's a Republican in Trump's image, no doubt about it. And he was so damn good yesterday with that hag. And, well, let me play some of it here. Hold on, let me go. Here's Matt Gaetz with the hag.
Saying the following: liberals tend to cluster more. Conservatives, especially very conservative people, tend to spread out more, perhaps because they don't even want to be around themselves.
Wow. That's a quote of the hag, the witch yesterday, the intellectual from Stanford. Yes, you uneducated trash in flyover country may not think he committed a crime, but I'm a Stanford professor, and I'm here to tell you that he did. Oh, well, okay. Well, excuse the hell out of me. You know, she said that conservatives don't congregate together because they can't even stand each other. That is such a replay, really, of Strzok, where he could smell the Trump supporters at Walmart, isn't it? It sounds like it to me.
Saying the following: liberals tend to cluster more. Conservatives, especially very conservative people, tend to spread out more, perhaps because they don't even want to be around themselves. Did you say that?
Yes, I did.
Who was doing that? Hee 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 hee. Hear that in the background? Hee.
Especially very conservative people tend to spread out more, perhaps because they don't even want to be around themselves. Did you say?
Hear that? Hee. Was that a woman or was that gay guy professor intellectual up there? I don't know.
Themselves. Did you say that?
Yes, I did.
Do you understand how that reflects contempt on people who are conservative?
No, what I was talking about there was the natural tendency, if you put the quote in context, the natural tendency of a compactness requirement to favor a party whose voters are more spread out.
Well,
and I do
Professor,
not have
hold on.
contempt for
Again, I'm
conservatives, and I
very
do not
limited
have
on time, Professor. And so I just have to say, when you talk about how liberals want to be around each other and cluster, and conservatives don't want to be around each other, and so they have to spread out, it makes people, you may not see this from, like the ivory towers of your law school, but it makes actual people in this country
When the
feel like,
president
excuse me,
calls
you don't get to interrupt me on this time. Now, let me also...
Now, I like this. You don't get to interrupt me on this time, Matt Gaetz. Now, in the past, I wouldn't appreciate something like that. But since that Pizza the Hut creep yesterday with the hammer, the gavel, Schiff with his gavel, treat them like they treat our people. Screw them all. Has she ever tried a case, I wonder? I don't know. Has she ever tried a case? I mean, really tried a case. Has she ever had a client? I don't know. I don't know. Goes on.
Suggest that when you invoke the president's son's name here, when you try to make a little joke out of referencing Barron Trump, that does not lend credibility to your argument. It makes you look mean. It makes you look like you're attacking someone's family, the minor child of the president of the United States. So let's see if we can get into the facts. To all of the witnesses, if you have personal knowledge of a single material fact in the Schiff report, please raise your hand. And let the record reflect. No personal knowledge of a single fact. And you know what? That continues on the tradition that we saw from Madam Schiff, where Ambassador Taylor could not identify an impeachable offense. Mr. Kent never met with the president. Fiona Hill.
It goes on and on. I mean, Matt Gaetz is a superstar. Oh, man. Where is Florida's 1st District? Where is that? Is that far from here? Should I move there? Can I commute here to the studio every day from Florida's 1st Congressional District just so I can live within Matt Gaetz' district? Man, I wish he was my voice in Congress. I got some Democrat hack. He's my voice in Congress, a Democrat. He's going to vote yay on impeachment. Oh, man. What a witch yesterday. What a witch. And it really shows you what the left are all about. Regardless of what your position is on the issues, maybe you're pro-choice, okay? I mean, you look at how the Democrats behave. Doesn't it scare you? Do Democrats, are they behaving like federal officials, federal elected officials who are representing the country that is supposed to be the purest example of freedom in the world? When Democrats are in power, and they're not even really in power, they control one half of one branch of government, the legislative branch, the House of Representatives, which is the weakest of the two. And look at how out of control they are. How can you trust tyrants like this who abuse? They're like bad cops. Liberals with the driving while black. Right? Winning while Trump is a crime. How could you, regardless of your position on the issues, maybe you agree with Democrats on some issues, maybe on a lot of the issues, maybe you're for gun control and taxing wealthy people more, taxing working people more, maybe you're for open borders. But doesn't it frighten you when you see how Democrats handle power? You saw it yesterday, and that's when they only control this week the little House of Representatives. Could you imagine if they took back control of the whole government, the presidency, both houses, and were able to get the control of the Supreme Court? Would this still be a free country? Is the way that the Democrats behaved yesterday, Schiff hearing too, but yesterday, is this the America that you grew up in? Is it? It's not the America I grew up in. I've never seen something like this, at least not openly, not at this level. And you've got, no wonder they want to defend Joe Biden, who's a corrupt public official, because they're corrupt public officials. Look at how they're behaving. And they know damn well what they're doing. They're not suffering from Trump derangement syndrome, the Democrats in the House. At least not the leadership, Pizza the Hut and the rest. Because if they just had Trump derangement syndrome and were not aware of what they were doing, the corruption that they're doing in this kangaroo court that they put together again, they would allow the Republicans to call witnesses, which they still won't do. So they're very well aware of what they're doing, abusing their power, running America like a kangaroo court. And frankly, I hate to use, a caller made this point a few weeks ago. I think it was Ray in Sunrise. And I am reluctant to use this analogy, but it's so right on the money. Schiff and now Pizza the Hut, Nadler are acting as if they are judge, jury, and executioner. They've decided the guilt of the president because they hate him, and whatever evidence comes up is irrelevant. He's guilty. It's a show trial. These are like Nazi judges. The Nazi judges were the same way. You were guilty. You were never proven innocent, and the trial was just a show trial to make it appear as if there was a system of justice in place. And that's what they're doing here. There's no justice, no fair and balance, anything. No impartial thought, opinions, or anything. It's just Democrats abusing their power in a kangaroo court, behaving as if we're some third world dictatorship. And the way they're behaving should be enough for people to say, wow, I'm pro-choice, I'm pro-gun control, but this is scary. See, the reason that the Second Amendment is so important is look at how the Democrats act. Could you imagine if we had a completely unarmed population in this country, what the Democrats would do? It's frightening, isn't it? They cannot be trusted with power. The Democrats do not support freedom. They don't support freedom. They don't support democracy. They don't support the American system of justice. Let's take our break for the bottom of the hour. It's 32 minutes after 6. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll get to the calls after the break. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE 1, 888-465-2631. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show. Don't go anywhere.
Steve Kane. When it comes to looking your best, sometimes you need a little extra help. Dr. Nathan at the Nathan Clinic is a renowned plastic surgeon here in South Florida who will bring out your most beautiful self. Dr. Nathan, highly skilled, knows how to reveal your inner beauty and make you look your absolute best. He's a board-certified plastic surgeon. People come from miles around just because of his extraordinary skills and his caring bedside manner. Dr. Nathan performs breast augmentation, facelifts, Botox, tummy tucks, liposuction, and much, much more. Visit his website. Read the testimonials from his patients. They love Dr. Nathan, and you will too. He has years of experience and impressive credentials that make Dr. Nathan the only plastic surgeon you need visit. He'll advise you and tell you the best course of action so that you will always remain true to who you are. You can contact Dr. Nathan for a no-charge consultation by calling 305 area code 680-5121. That's area code 305-680-5121 or online at drnathan.com. Tell him you heard it on the Steve Kane Show.
Dr. Mitch Matez. Dr. Matez, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Brian. Brian, I've been talking a lot on the show about the no pee shot, the technique we use to stop the women from urinating when they cough, sneeze, laugh, etc. The technique is actually
Steve
called
Kane
the
Show.
O shot. O stands for orgasm. The O shot is a simple, painless procedure that can increase someone's orgasmic abilities, increase their sensation, increase their libido, a host of other things, all while rejuvenating their sexual health. In fact, if you've never had an orgasm, you should call me. The O shot is a really cool thing, folks. There's a plethora of information on the internet. If you Google it, you'll find a whole bunch of stuff. You can start with our website, which is www.hormonetherapybocaratone.com, or you can give us a call, 561-953-5490. It's 561-953-5490 if you'd like some more information on the O-Shot.
And it's always a free consultation for Steve Kane listeners with Dr. Mitch Matez. Call his office, 561-953-5490. 561-953-5490. All right, Dr. Matez, take care. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Brian. Have a great day.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Avoid probate with a revocable living trust. $350 for single people, $450 for married couples. When you complete your trust with attorney Barry Siegel, he will give you a $100 gift certificate to Tavolino Italian Restaurant in Coral Springs. The Siegel Law Group, with 9 offices in South Florida, including Boca Raton, Plantation, and Coral Springs. Call 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search.
All right. Yes. Brian Craig back here with you. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Make sure, by the way, you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Brian Craig on YouTube. I live stream the radio show each and every morning on YouTube, Brian Craig on YouTube. Also add a lot of other videos up there. And you can also, don't forget, check out my podcast. I do upload my podcast to YouTube. I've been doing that for a few months now, a couple of months. The Brian Craig Show podcast, a show I do from my studio at home with my wife, Kathy. The Brian Craig Show podcast on most podcast platforms. Make sure you listen and check that out, too. All right, let's go to Nick in Baltimore, Maryland. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
All right.
I have a split answer for you. By the way, great podcast, and
thank you.
They play on the Alexa and on the Grace.
That's right, Grace Digital Radio. Yeah.
Play one right after the.
In fact, yeah, on the Grace Digital Radio, boom, flows right through. And also, Alexa, play the Brian Craig Show podcast. And that should do it on most devices. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
But, I have a split answer for you. I am so angry when I saw that professor. The only one I liked was Turley.
Yeah.
Turley from GU.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was an honest liberal, but that professor.
Oh, the witch from Stanford.
Yeah, I mean that. Let me tell you something. I'd be ashamed to call myself a Democrat. I'm a Republican. I switched, but it's not the Democrat Party of before. It really isn't.
No, they're tyrants. They are tyrants. And you know what I was wondering? Because the witch, the gay professor, and the other guy, I don't even know, they were stuck in that hearing all day, and they're doing high fives during their bathroom breaks and everything. And I really wonder, when the hearing was over and they went home and they were done being celebrated with champagne and patted on the back by all their liberal friends, and they went to the internet and saw what was being said and exposed about them, I wonder what they thought. Do you think that they have, I would think they would have some embarrassment and regret that they put themselves out there, because the lady in particular, these are corrupt professors really giving you not legal analysis, giving you radical left-wing talking points and misusing their credentials and the institutions that they represent to try to push a political agenda. I would think if I were her, the witch, and I saw what people were saying about me on Twitter, I would regret doing what I did, because they sold their souls yesterday.
Well, to answer your question, if you look at her attitude when that other creature, Sheila Jackson, asked her, and then she went into that tirade about Barron Trump.
Disgusting.
How dare this woman? No, I don't think they have a soul, and I don't think they have a conscience.
Really?
They care. They're elitists.
Yeah.
And it's just like you said at the beginning, it was perfect. They're just like that Struck guy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the way exactly. They, can smell the Trump supporters in Walmart is her attitude. And, what I said at the top is true. The Democrats are very well aware that all their witnesses clear Trump. So they bring in these intellectuals to tell you, even though it seemed like he's committed no crime, he really has. And if President Trump would have committed a crime, we wouldn't need 3 liberal intellectuals to explain us how he really did commit a crime. You would just know it from the previous hearings.
That's true. And you know what, Brian, bottom line here, so get somebody else to get on the air here. The main thing here is the Democrats have been demonizing Republicans for years and years. They railroaded Nixon out of office.
That's right.
Cheated him in 1960. Kennedy stole that election, and they screwed him up when he finally.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the Democrats' Watergate Waterloo, and they don't want.
Well, with what happened at Trump Tower, is the Watergate break-in times a million. Because, yeah, I'm not exaggerating. I mean, they were spying on the home and offices of a presidential candidate at Trump Tower. And remember, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Nick.
No, when you think about all Watergate was about was okay, and you had the plumbers, okay, but all they did was steal campaign literature or campaign literature. When you compare that to spying and add to the fact that Barack Obama did not give Donald Trump Secret Service protection until the very last minute, and also they did not give them proper briefings to get them.
Well, the reason that was true with the Secret Service protection is because the Secret Service protection would have uncovered the spy operation probably, and that's why they didn't do that. You know, I wonder. This is a big scandal going on with Schiff about having Nunes Giuliani's phone records, and there's a third person, a journalist. I don't know who that is. Who was the third person? There was someone else's records that they had. I mean, how did he get a hold of John Solomon? Yeah. So how did he get a hold of a member of Congress's phone records, the president's personal attorney's phone records? How did this happen? Was it legal?
No, I think it was illegal.
Of course.
He obtained it. Because when Schiff was questioned about it, he said he didn't know how he got them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is insanity. Well, you know what? Pizza the Hut over there, Nadler, can say they're not going to call Schiff all day, all night. If this gets to the Senate, Schiff's going to be called by the Republicans. I have no doubt about it. There's a big push. But I'll tell you, I think where the Republicans made a mistake yesterday was treating this as a serious process. They should have been outraged by this kangaroo court. And I know some of our people did very well, Gaetz and Jordan. I don't want to take away from the greatness. I was sickened by Fox News yesterday. During the day, I was watching Fox News during the breaks, getting analysis. And for them to treat this as a legitimate process is disgusting, because what happened yesterday was not a legitimate political process. That was a kangaroo court.
You're exactly right, but the problem is it's Fox News. Fox News, and I know a lot of people are going to hit me on this. Fox News is still not any good.
No.
The last messages of
Chris Wallace is a disgusting person. He's a disgusting man, Chris Wallace. You know who I like? I like Trace Gallagher. I like Britt Hume. You know, I like some of these people over there. Don't get me wrong, but they've got a couple of sons of guns. All right, Nick in Baltimore, thanks for the call. All right. Richie the bus driver, good morning.
Good morning. I thought it was great, and I thought it was legitimate. It reminded me of it reminded me of Saturday Night Live. I mean, I watched it from the beginning to the end, and I loved it. I tell you the truth. They exposed themselves like never before, and for the first time, I was glad that I didn't go to college and have to sit there and listen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They showed their ugliness. They showed their bias. This played out tremendously for the Republicans. I sat there and watched. I said, "Boy, this woman is like that Code Pink woman, you know." She reminded me just of that crazy Code Pink woman.
Oh yeah. They are nuts.
Holy nuts, and it was great to watch. They self-destructed before Americans.
That one guy should butch up a little bit when he's on TV. So he's
Me of a character that would be in the Christmas Carol with Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah.
The guy.
Ebenezer Scrooge. Yeah.
And she reminded me of a bitter, angry woman who, and then they pulled tapes on her afterwards, showing how much she hates Trump.
Oh, yeah, I know. Mm-hmm.
the three Stooges for 45 minutes and went to Turley once and cut him off. And then when the Republicans, Turley really destroyed them. Turley destroyed them, and after it was all, well, you got to do it now, you got to do it now, you got to do it now, you got to impeach him. I mean, this was the greatest.
Well, you know, I got to tell you about Turley. I was a little disappointed in Turley, and I'll tell you why. You know, these three corrupt college professors, you know, especially the witch and the gay guy. The other guy kind of tuned out a little bit, but they're disgraceful, and they're abusing their credentials. They're misusing the institutions that they teach at. They're completely corrupt. They're like Joe Biden in the Ukraine with Hunter. And when Turley said they're his friends and he respects them, how can he respect that? I've never seen it's part of a coup.
Really think. I respect the fact that they exposed themselves. They couldn't help it. That's what was great about this. They didn't hide it. They couldn't shield it with a bunch of poppycock. They actually showed their true colors, and that was great. They don't know how not to expose themselves. Can you imagine sending your son to a school like that and having your son? This is what we've talked about all along, the brainwashing that goes on in colleges.
Yeah. Oh no, there's no doubt about it. I don't respect people that abuse their office or credentials. You know, they're like quack doctors. Well, you know, now this was before my time, but back when you were a kid, there were cigarette commercials on television. And you would see, and you can find these on YouTube, and they'll have, a brand of cigarettes that's recommended by most doctors. You know what I'm talking? Remember those commercials? Winston, the brand recommended by most doctors. You know, that's what those kind of doctors are. What those professors were yesterday. They are complete quacks, hacks, and they're corrupt. And to treat it.
And you saw how the reaction of the American public. And I'm just sorry that more people didn't see. They're toast, man. And I hope this goes all the way through, because this is going to be more than McGovern, a landslide that you've never seen in your lifetime.
I hope you're right. I mean, I don't worry about Trump. Trump will be reelected. But it's so important to get control of the House back, so we can censor Schiff, so we can censor Nadler.
To a vote. I mean, they're acting like all of a sudden they're patriotic. They are disgusting.
Yeah, they are.
Out to John. I hope he calls and tells you how wonderful they are, because he's an idiot.
Mm-hmm. All right, Richie, got to run for a break. Thanks for the call. We'll take our last break of the first hour. If you're on hold, stand by. My name's Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. We'll be right back.
Did you know that your skin is your largest organ? Yet, it's probably the most neglected. Living in South Florida means having an annual checkup for skin cancer is vital. We live in the Sunshine State after all, and our skin bears the brunt of the sunshine. It's time to have your annual skin checkup. There's no better doctor to take care of this for you than Dr. Jose Mendez. Dr. Mendez is a board-certified dermatologist, and when it comes to caring for your skin and making sure that it is healthy as possible and skin cancer-free, you want Dr. Mendez as your personal dermatologist. Dr. Mendez is caring and very knowledgeable. Your annual skin cancer exam is covered by Medicare. Dr. Mendez also takes most other insurances. Steve Kane recently had his annual skin cancer checkup. It was easy breezy. Dr. Mendez examined him from head to toe, took off a few things, and now Steve is good to go. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681. When you call, make sure to ask for Sarah. She takes extra good care of Steve Kane listeners and will get you an appointment fast. Early detection of skin cancer can save your life. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681.
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Soul Authority. At the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware, but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly Frankenstein shoes. These are name-brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot.
We do need the house back, Jeff, from Maine. No doubt about it.
Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes is preventable, and one of the preventable measures that is most effective is wearing the proper shoes. Call the Soul Authority at 954-597-7060 or online at thesoulauthority.com. That's THESOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you. Right now, the U.S. is in the midst of a deadly opioid epidemic. In South Florida alone, someone suffers an overdose every 2 hours, either from heroin, fentanyl, or some other prescription medication that's as close as the family medicine cabinet. In fact, Mom and Dad's medicine cabinet is frequently the gateway to the horrors of hardcore addiction down the road. Drug problems left unattended are only going to get worse. This is not something you can do on your own. You need expert professional help, and if your family is disintegrating in front of your eyes and you feel helpless, I'm here to tell you that help is available. Call my good friend Sal at the Edge Recovery, 561 area code 523-4325. This is his personal cell phone, 561-523-4325. If your loved one refuses treatment, the Edge Recovery will conduct an intervention and get them into the treatment plan that they need. The Edge Recovery offers every option, from intervention to 30-day rehab to sober living to counseling with a licensed therapist, as well as group therapy treatment. It's covered by most insurance, but no matter what your situation is, the Edge Recovery has options for you. Call Sal at the Edge Recovery. Do it today. 561 area code 523-4325. Again, that's Sal's personal cell phone. 561-523-4325.
I don't like rides with drops, and it's got a 20-foot drop on it, so I'm really reluctant to ride. All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show. All right, let's go to Mike. Good morning. Mike in Louisiana. Hey.
You know, my thing, you know, you're right about these professors, they're hacks, but also think about this. This is, all the witnesses are hacks as well. Ben Men and all the rest of those, they're hacks as well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. What she's trying to do, and they don't get, and the radicals in her party don't get it. What Pelosi's trying to do is she's trying to protect them between 30 to, let's say, 50 seats that are Trump district seats that were won by Democrats in the last several elections. She's trying to protect those seats by not having these guys take a vote on impeachment, where she knows that if they have to vote for an impeachment and they vote for impeachment, they're going to lose those seats and probably flip the Senate.
I still stick with, I don't think the president's going to be impeached in the House. I mean, you know, yesterday was the best they have, and that was weak yesterday. I think it was a bad day for Democrats. I think they made a tremendous, you know, I was shocked that they found these liberal hacks. Couldn't they find some never-Trumpers? You know, there's a lot of never-Trumpers around that hate Trump that'll tell them what they want to hear. I was surprised they couldn't find any never-Trumpers to at least have the illusion of some, you know, bipartisanship there.
I'm surprised they couldn't get Napolitano to come in.
Oh, he would have loved it. Napolitano? Oh, yeah, he would have been up there trashing Trump, impeachment. That would have actually, you say that, Mike, that would have been a very smart move for the Democrats. It would have been a very smart move because he has that Fox News credibility.
Well, yeah, but they don't want to touch Fox News, though.
Yeah. Or maybe Napolitano doesn't want to appear in that format because people will see that he's about the size of Billy Barty.
Yeah, really.
Remember Billy Barty?
And we know what he wanted. He wanted to be on the Supreme Court at some.
That's what Trump said.
Right. And so that's the thing.
I mean, what does that say about Napolitano? Napolitano was a low-level judge, and that was a hell of a long time ago. And, you know, and why would for Napolitano to think that he's a credible choice to be on the Supreme Court of the United States tells you how little self-awareness he has. I mean, look at that guy. Come on.
Right, and that's the thing. Now, as far as this farce of a hearing and the problem, and him using that gavel again.
Yeah.
Just like Pizza using it just like Chip did, you know, and that tells you something.
Well, it tells you that they're aware of what they're doing. It's not Trump derangement syndrome would mean that they were involved in this. You know, derangement is like you don't know what you're doing. You're insane. They're not. They're very self-aware of what they're doing. That's why they use the gavel so much, because they cannot let the other side be heard. You know, it's just like on NBC, they won't let scientists who are global warming skeptics on the air. They've announced that because they can't. If they thought they were so right that President Trump had committed crimes, they would have let Turley talk. They would have questioned him too.
Right. And before I let you go, you asked where Gaetz is from.
Yeah.
Zambia, Okaloosa, Santa Rosa, Walton. Those are where he. In other words, he's from the western part of Florida in the Panhandle.
Yeah, you know, and all the time I've never been to the Florida Panhandle. As crazy as that may sound to people, Florida is huge. It's about an 8-9 hour drive from where I'm at in Florida to get to the Panhandle. Florida is a huge state. People don't realize how big Florida is. It's much bigger than people think. I've never been to the Panhandle.
See what happens when Trump is going to win the election, but who's going to be the next guy up? I'm not saying we need another billionaire. I just want to see, like Rush said, I want to see somebody with some fight in him, because you know that the next Republican president is going to face almost the same.
Well, every Republican faces this. I mean, you know, Ronald Reagan had the Iran-Contra hearings while he was president. Nixon was impeached. The only reason they didn't go after Ford is, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Nixon wasn't impeached, but they had the Watergate, scandal that they fabricated around him. And the only reason they didn't go after Gerald Ford is because he was only president for a year and a half. They didn't have time. But they go after every Republican president. They always have. And that's just how they roll.
The guy with the lady with cold feet, cold pink. I believe her name was Wendy something. Wendy whatever, over there in Texas. And that's
Sheila Jackson Lee. You talking about Sheila Jackson Lee?
Whatever her name is.
Yeah.
About pink sneakers and all that crap.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about her. What happened to her? The woman with the pink sneakers out there in Texas. She was going to be the future of the Democrat Party. Yeah, I forgot about her. I can't even remember her name.
Beto O'Rourke, she faded away.
That's right, yeah. All right, appreciate the call. Mike in Louisiana. Always something good to contribute. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. After the top of the hour, I'll get into some of the audio sound bites from The Witch and a few other things as well. And I think we got to talk a little bit about George Zimmerman, too, with what he's doing, which is just insane. Yeah. Anybody remember, what was that woman's name? It was Wendy something. The woman that was going to be the governor, the woman with the pink sneakers who stood all day, and she was going to be the future of the Democrat Party. I want to say Wendy something or other. What was her name? What happened to her? Oh, my goodness. All right, listen. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, 1 hour down, 2 to go. My name is Brian. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. That's Kane with a K, K-A-N-E, and the number 1. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. All right, we'll be right back.
95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, 103.9 FM, and
Yeah, you're in a different time zone, Sarah.
WWNN Pompano Beach.
This is Steve Kane. When it comes to looking your best, sometimes you need a little extra help. Dr. Nathan at the Nathan Clinic is a renowned plastic surgeon here in South Florida who will bring out your most beautiful self. Dr. Nathan, highly skilled, knows how to reveal your inner beauty and make you look your absolute best. He's a board-certified plastic surgeon. People come from miles around just because of his extraordinary skills and his caring bedside manner. Dr. Nathan performs breast augmentations, facelifts, Botox, tummy tucks, liposuction, and much, much more. Visit his website. Read the testimonials from his patients. They love Dr. Nathan, and you will too. He has years of experience and impressive credentials that make Dr. Nathan the only plastic surgeon you need visit. He'll advise you and tell you the best course of action so that you will always remain true to who you are. You can contact Dr. Nathan for a no-charge consultation by calling 305 area code 680-5121. That's area code 305-680-5121 or online at drnathan.com. Tell him you heard it on the Steve Kane Show.
Did you know that your skin is your largest organ? Yet, it's probably the most neglected. Living in South Florida means having an annual checkup for skin cancer is vital. We live in the Sunshine State after all, and our skin bears the brunt of the sunshine. It's time to have your annual skin checkup. There's no better doctor to take care of this for you than Dr. Jose
Welcome. Good morning,
Mendez.
everyone.
Dr. Mendez is a board-certified dermatologist, and when it comes to caring for your skin and making sure that it is healthy as possible and skin cancer-free, you want Dr. Mendez as your personal dermatologist. Dr. Mendez is caring and very knowledgeable. Your annual skin cancer exam is covered by Medicare. Dr. Mendez also takes most other insurances. Steve Kane recently had his annual skin cancer checkup. It was easy breezy. Dr. Mendez examined him from head to toe, took off a few things, and now Steve is good to go. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681. When you call, make sure to ask for Sarah. She takes extra good care of Steve Kane listeners and will get you an appointment fast. Early detection of skin cancer can save your life. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681.
The Medicare open enrollment period is here. Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. Allow her to educate and guide you through the many plans, choices, and cost considerations. I Will Advisors represents all major insurance companies, not just a single carrier, so they will make sure you choose the best option for you. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Avoid probate with a revocable living trust. $350 for single people, $450 for married couples. When you complete your trust with attorney Barry Siegel, he will give you a $100 gift certificate to Tavolino Italian Restaurant in Coral Springs. The Siegel Law Group, with 9 offices in South Florida,
Not yet.
including Boca Raton,
Oh, maybe they soon though.
and Coral Springs.
They'll be taking them
Call
soon.
1-855.
It's going to be out of my budget. It's over $2,000 a night. I won't be able to
The
afford
opinions
that.
expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
The Steve Kane Show is live in Morning Drive, 6 till 9 a.m. weekdays, and overnights, midnight till 6 a.m., 7 nights a week. To call
Here we go.
Toll free, 1-888-COCAINE.
All right, welcome back. Hour number 2 has begun. I'm Brian. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. That's right. We've been talking about these hack professors yesterday trying to tell us that even though it appears President Trump was cleared in the Schiff hearings, he really did commit these crimes. So they brought this gay professor, this hag, and this other liberal jerk to tell us that since we didn't go to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, or Oxford, or Stanford, we don't understand that crimes really were committed. We're going to get back to that, and I got some audio sound bites I want to play in a minute, but I don't want to get sidetracked too much on this, but I do want to talk a bit about George Zimmerman, which is, can you believe he killed Trayvon Martin 7 years ago? It's been that long. And a pretty controversial event that happened. It was a pretty tough time in my life, I'll tell you. I had some things going on in my life back in 2012 and 2013 when all that was going on. Not very good times in my life. But George Zimmerman is now suing Trayvon Martin's family and Florida prosecutors for $100 million, claiming they engineered false evidence in his homicide trial. And the suit alleges that the prosecution's key witness in Zimmerman's 2013 murder trial, Rachel Gentile. Remember Rachel Gentile? Oh my gosh, what a sad girl she was. They're alleging in the lawsuit that Rachel Gentile was an imposter who was coached by the family and state attorneys. The lead defendant in the suit is Sabrina Fulton, who is Trayvon Martin's mother. And I first heard about this Rachel Gentile story that's going on with this Zimmerman lawsuit. And by the way, he's got Klayman with him. So, I mean, he's got some... Zimmerman has some real people behind him. I mean, he doesn't have some hack lawyers, but Larry Klayman is working with him, isn't he? Isn't it Larry Klayman? Let me read the article here. Let's see here. They got the names here. I'll look it up. I'm going to read it to you right here. But I tell you, George Zimmerman, George Zimmerman should be in prison right now, or at least he should have done some time. George Zimmerman got very lucky in that trial, is that there was not an eyewitness. Well, there was an eyewitness, but George Zimmerman killed him, and that's Trayvon Martin. And, that and I'm not going to turn this into a Zimmerman show. Don't worry, we'll get back to the hearings yesterday. Zimmerman is the kind of guy, I've known guys like Zimmerman. Man, have I known guys like Zimmerman. And people like George Zimmerman, I call them poison people. And poison people I cut out of my life. I have nothing to do with poison people. And what he does, George Zimmerman, and I'm sure many of you have known people like this, he goes around, causes trouble, instigates things, and then when he gets a reaction, he's the victim. And he knows how to push people's buttons. And Trayvon Martin was a 17-year-old kid. I don't care how tall he was. I don't care that he was suspended from school. I don't care that he was in possession of some stolen jewelry when he was in school. That night, he was walking back home, and George Zimmerman was following him around and instigated an incident that led to the death of Trayvon Martin. And maybe the prosecutors overcharged him. Did they charge him with first-degree murder? It's been so long, I can't remember. 6 years since the trial. But it certainly was manslaughter. Okay? And if you look at George Zimmerman, he has several instances where he's instigated people. His wife, his ex-wife. There was some guy that he got into a fight with that took some shots at Zimmerman. Remember that guy? He knows how to push people's buttons. And then, I don't know anything. I'm a victim. But where George Zimmerman got very lucky is that there wasn't an eyewitness to what led up to the actual confrontation. And I know some people will say, well, Trayvon Martin attacked George Zimmerman first. Well, yeah, George Zimmerman had a gun and was following him around at night. Middle of the night, early morning hours, whatever time it was. And if Trayvon attacked him first, so the hell what? He was a child. Oh, but he was tall. He was a child, and he was being stalked by a man who a few minutes later would end up killing him. And George Zimmerman was wrong every step of the way. And he got lucky. They overcharged him, got away with it, and now he's going, he took their son's life, and now he's suing them? Are you kidding me? Please. What a low-life thing for him to do, I think. Now, so far as this Rachel Gentile, I don't know. My recollection of the trial is that Rachel Gentile was one of the saddest people I've ever seen at a televised trial. She obviously had some type of major disability, mental disability, you know, and she was a mentally disabled, mentally challenged person. Now, she very well may be the best actress in Miami, but she would certainly have to be an Academy Award level actress to pull off that act that she did on the witness stand. And I got to tell you, George Zimmerman, you know, George Zimmerman had a lot of support from conservatives. And the reason he had support from conservatives, I'll tell you what it was. When they first heard his name, Zimmerman, they thought he was some white Jewish guy, and he was a concealed weapon permit holder. So a lot of conservatives thought that concealed carry would be at risk with Zimmerman. So they defended him. And, you know, the Zimmerman trial is a pretty controversial topic on this show, and I had a hard time with it because I had a couple hard things going on in my life that I'm not going to share with you right now, but I had a couple very hard things going on in my life during that year or two. And in particular, when the trial was going, I just didn't have the energy to fight it. But George Zimmerman's a real twisted guy to be out there suing Trayvon Martin's parents. He killed their son. I mean, that he doesn't even dispute that. He took the life of their son, and now he's suing the mother? Come on. Come on. Are you kidding me? Yeah. You know, it's like a slip and fall racket. And I remember one day I was at McDonald's one morning with my family having breakfast on the weekend. I know, healthy breakfast. We were at McDonald's. And one of the few times I've gone inside the restaurant. And we're inside ordering McDonald's, and this family comes in with Grandpa. Grandpa tripped on the curb, crossing across the drive-through lane, coming in. And he's got his grandkids, one on each arm, and his daughter was with him. She was older. And the grandson, who was about 20-ish, starts telling the manager that the curb wasn't properly painted yellow, and that's why Grandpa didn't see it. And that they wanted to fill out the accident form. And the grandson, the manager had never had this happen before. So they didn't know what form. And the grandson knew the name of the form, and it had a number in it. And I said to him, I said, wow, we're seeing an insurance scam live right here. They know the form? Wow. I wouldn't even know there was a form. I'd be calling an ambulance. You know, and they filled out the form. The manager went and got it. You know, that's kind of what Zimmerman's doing here. You know, the prosecutors have deep pockets, and Trayvon Martin's mother came into some money. I don't remember how much, but she came into money after all of this. So he's going after them for money. It's like an insurance scam. You know, I know it's probably hard for him to find employment. You know, I thought Zimmerman, and I think he still could do this, I thought Zimmerman, after he was acquitted, would make a living traveling to gun shows. And if I were, you know, when you're someone like George Zimmerman, it's very hard to get a job. I mean, if you go out and get a job, someone's going to find out who you are at some point, and it's going to be over. So I talked about this after he was acquitted. If George Zimmerman were a smart guy, what he would have done was go out and take the courses and get the licenses to be a licensed gun dealer and concealed weapon permit instructor. And Zimmerman could make a pretty good living traveling to gun shows, giving people concealed weapon permit courses. People would go, a lot of people would love to take a concealed weapon permit course from George Zimmerman. I know that's twisted, but they would do it. And I kind of thought he would go that route. He did have an incident where he did a personal appearance at a gun shop, and it caused a lot of controversy, and they ran him off. But that was right after the trial. We're 6 years later. He could do that now, and people would be like, wow, you know, they would do that. You know, sometimes people are infamous, and they can make a living out of being infamous. But what I think what he's doing, regardless of what happened, what really happened, I mean, I think we know. What kind of lowlife would sue the mother of the boy whose life he took? It's one thing to sue the prosecutors, but to sue Trayvon Martin's mother, what a lowlife thing to do. In my opinion, it's not something I would do. But, you know, that's me. I guess I'm not a lowlife. I just, it's pretty scummy. It's pretty scummy. Now, I just don't believe that this Rachel Gentile could have been... Now, maybe they'll prove she was. I'll be surprised. But if you go back, I'm sure it is on YouTube. If you go on YouTube, pull up that Rachel Gentile testimony. Does she look like someone that could pull off a scam like that on television during intense questioning? My recollection of Rachel Gentile is that she could barely stand up straight and walk and chew gum and breathe at the same time. That's just me. All right, listen, let's take our break. Steve gets upset if I bring up George Zimmerman, so I probably talked about it too long. 1-888-GO-CANE1, that's our number. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. Someone in the chat said he wasn't convicted, so Rachel Gentile is irrelevant. I don't know about that. I mean, if what he's alleging is true, her testimony and statements were probably part of what led to him being charged and brought to trial. I just don't think she had the brain capacity to be part of some conspiracy. But, you know, what Zimmerman's doing is trying to get a payout, trying to make some money, in my view. And I think that it looks like what it is. All right, we'll take our break. 16 minutes after the hour. Our number toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-CANE1, 888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this.
Paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire of Margate, where they have all the major name brand tires like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beaten. Steve Kane's tires for his Sienna van at the other tire shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the tire shops around town. Friendly Tire, only $65. That's more than a 50% savings. Those prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of used tires too.
Snowing.
At $30 for most sizes. Call my good buddy Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
This is Lori Kane, and I'm going to tell you about Brighton Dental Care. I just had a lot of work done, and I avoided going to the dentist for a lot of years because I was afraid of the cost. But I went to Brighton Dental for my free consultation, which, by the way, he offers to all Steve Kane listeners. I had 2 cavities, I needed a crown on top and a crown on the bottom. If I were a horse, they would have put me down. So I scheduled my appointment for the next Saturday because Brighton Dental has Saturday appointments available, and they saved me a ton of money. And I will be a patient for life. Don't let cost stop you from taking care of your teeth. Brighton Dental gives Steve Kane
Oh my gosh,
listeners
Snow,
incredible
forget about it.
discounts on all dental procedures, just like they gave me. Prices are so reasonable, you don't have to worry about the cost.
A lawless
So call
thug.
Brighton Dental today at 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. You can visit them at brightondental.com and tell them Lori Kane sent you.
The Medicare open enrollment period is here. Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080, 954-753-8080, and allow her to educate and guide you through the many plans, choices, and cost considerations. I Will Advisors represents all major insurance companies, not just a single carrier, so they will make sure you choose the best option for you. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WNN.
Ah, yeah, a little Christmas music, right? I love Christmas music. And, of course, I want to tell you all that you want to make this a MyPillow Christmas, don't you? That's right. There is no better gift than the gift of a MyPillow for everyone on your gift-giving list. Your spouse, your kids, your grandkids. That's right, your other relatives. That secret Santa you're in at work. There is nothing better than a My Pillow. And if you go to mypillow.com and use the promo code Kane at checkout, there are incredible deals, including the buy one My Pillow, get another for free. So there's 2 people right off your gift giving list. I've given many My Pillows away as gifts over this past year, and everyone loves them. And when I talk to them, the first thing they say is, man, I love that My Pillow. Go to mypillow.com. Incredible specials. Of course, the BOGO that I just told you about. Buy one pillow, get a second My Pillow for free when you use the promo code Kane, Kane. The My Pillow Giza Cotton Dream Sheets. When you use the promo code Kane with the Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, buy one set of sheets, get a second set of sheets free, and you get free shipping. The My Pillow towel set. This is a new item that they have at My Pillow. The My Pillow bath towel set, normal price $109.99. When you use the promo code Kane at checkout, just $76.99. The My Pillow pet beds, when you use the promo code Kane, Kane, just $19.99. I have one of these for my dog. My dog sleeps on the My Pillow pet bed with our cats, and they love it. In fact, I've taken some videos I put up on my YouTube channel of my dog and one of our cats on the My Pillow pet bed, and you'll see how much they love it. Just $19.99 when you use the promo code Kane. On the My Pillow mattress, which is spectacular, when you use the promo code Kane, Kane, on the My Pillow mattress, save up to $400 off that mattress. And everything that comes from My Pillow comes packaged in a way that when you wrap it, the person receiving the gift will not know what it is, I promise you. You can also order by phone. Call My Pillow 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. And when you order by phone, make sure to use the promo code Kane, Kane, to take advantage of all of these deals. If you go to mypillow.com, you can use the promo code Kane, Kane, on all of the specials, okay? And it's a pretty good deals they're offering there. Great Christmas. Make it a My Pillow Christmas. That's right. That's right. MyPillow.com. Use the promo code Kane, Kane. All right, so we were talking about these disgusting people yesterday. The gay professor, the hag professor, and the other guy I didn't pay any attention to, so I have no comment on the other guy. But, you know, when I was watching those hearings yesterday, and I watched quite a bit. I watched more of that hearing yesterday than all the other hearings that they had. And it was a very bad day for Democrats, but that doesn't mean it doesn't anger me that they're doing this. I'm going to play some clips of the witch. And as I was saying in the first hour, the Florida dialect of English, you know, we say witch, but witch is spelled with a B. The rest of you in the country use the B sound when you say witch, but in Florida we say witch, but we spell it with a B. This is probably one of the most flawed legal minds the Democrats could have brought to this hearing. And for the life of me, I can't understand it. I really can't understand it. Not just the way she behaved, but her history as to who she is and the things that she has said. Why, of all people, would they bring her up there? Let me play some of this. This is the lady professor from Stanford that you saw yesterday. This is an audio clip of her talking about white people. Now, I know what you're saying. She's white. Well, you know, some of the most anti-white racists are white people. It's just like in America, some of the leading anti-Semites are Jews. They don't know it. This is the lady professor yesterday talking about white people.
We have to seize back the high ground on patriotism and on love of our country, because we have more reason than they do to love America. Rich, pampered, prodigal, sanctimonious, imperious, white, straight sons of the powerful do pretty well everywhere in the world, and they always have.
Yeah, she's a complete lunatic. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Did she have her pink hat on the table next to her? Because I didn't see her wearing it during the hearing. It is cold up in Washington. You would think this is the time of year she would normally wear the pink hat. This woman's mind is so far gone and so consumed with hate of Republicans. I don't know anything about her personal life, but what happened to this woman that made her so angry? And this other clip of her talking about crossing the street so she didn't walk by Trump Hotel.
Oh, I was struck. I came in from the airport yesterday, and I got off the bus from Dulles down at L'Enfant Plaza, and I walked up to the hotel. And as I was walking past what used to be the old post office building and is now the Trump Hotel, which I had to cross the street, of course.
Yeah.
Are you staying there? God, no. Never. But as I was walking past it, I noticed there's a...
Okay. I mean, if she has that, someone that has that much open anger towards President Trump, that she won't even walk in front of his building, how can she give nonpartisan, non-biased, professional legal advice on something involving Donald Trump? Doesn't she have a little bit of a conflict there? Has she ever tried a case? Has she ever been to court? Has she ever had a client? I don't know. I didn't hear anyone go through her legal background yesterday, but she seems to be, first and foremost, a liberal activist. And I got to tell you, Stanford, pretty prestigious school, it's really sad. So many good people work hard and save their whole lives to send their kids to an expensive, fancy school like Stanford, where this hag teaches. Sometimes parents will take out loans and mortgages. They'll do all kinds of things so that their kids can go to one of these fancy schools. And they spend their entire life raising their kid with good American values, and then they send them to Stanford, they send them to Harvard, they send them to Yale, and they let their minds be shaped by people like this, left-wing college professors. I went to college as an adult, so I was immune to the college professors. And the reason that these professors yesterday are so angry is pretty simple. It's arrested development. College professors never leave school. They graduate high school, they start their undergrad, right? When they graduate college, they start graduate work. When they get their master's, they're already teaching, but they're still in school, working on that PhD. And then they get that PhD and they get a job teaching out of school. They never leave school. And because they never leave school, the minds of college professors never truly develop. It's the way of it. It's called arrested development. There's still children in their mind. You'll see this sometimes even with public school teachers. Sometimes you'll run into a public school teacher that has some arrested development. They're very immature. They might be 57 years old, but they're very immature because they've spent their entire life around kids, around children at school, so they've never grown up. They've never really been out in the world, and that's how college professors are. And the reason that these college professors are so angry is because they're like millennials. They're children who have never grown up. The reason that they're so angry is because professors like this witch stand up and lecture, and the kids just sit there and take notes and listen to everything and hang on every word because they're used to lecturing people. And they have these she has more than one degree. How many degrees did she go to? Harvard, Yale, both? I don't know. But that's what the arrogance is all about. And I've never seen someone as arrogant as this. I got a college professor in my family. What an arrogant guy. Oh my goodness. Thinks he's so much smarter, like he's the only one that ever went to school. Let me tell you, some of the smartest people I've known in my life never went to college. And some of the dumbest people I've known personally in my life have advanced college degrees. And I think a lot of you out there can relate to that. There's something about there's a phrase that someone once used here on the show, and during the Occupy Wall Street movement, because we had all these college kids out there supposedly during the Occupy Wall Street movement. There's such a thing as having too much education. And that might sound ridiculous. How can someone have too much education? If you have education, and you have no practical experience, the best way to understand how out of touch with reality college professors are, this will sound ridiculous to you, but there's a great movie with the great Rodney Dangerfield called Back to School. Any of you ever see Back to School? He plays in this movie, it's really a conservative movie. Rodney Dangerfield must have been a Republican. He plays a wealthy businessman, and he goes to college with his son, and he's a very successful businessman, and he's majoring in business, and it's hilarious. I'm not going to go through the movie, but they have these scenes where he has these exchanges with the economist business professor who has a PhD in economics. And the guy has no idea what the hell he's talking about, but Rodney Dangerfield, who barely graduated high school, understands more than this professor has because he has no practical experience. Well, that's what you have here. You have the immaturity of arrested development. You have people that have never been out in the real world and have no practical experience with life. They've never left the school. And you're dealing with a very childlike person when you're dealing with tenured college professors. That's just the way it is. All right, let's take our break for the bottom of the hour. I got more audio we'll play when we get back. I'd like to hear your thoughts on what happened yesterday. Steve will be joining us shortly. My name's Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-GO-KANE-1. I know some people say, well, you're hating on teachers. Not hating on teachers. I'm hating on college professors, okay? College professors. College professors, a full-time college professor, how many classes do they teach? Like public school teachers, they teach all day, 180 days a year. They still got a pretty good gig, too. They got the summers off, 2 weeks of Christmas, every holiday imaginable, and weekend. But a full-time college professor will have, 3 classes a week? 9 hours of classroom time a week? It's a pretty cushy job, too. 1-888-465-2631. I'm not bashing teachers. I'm bashing college professors. 888-GO-KANE-1. That's Kane with a K, K-A-N-E, and the number 1. We'll take our break for the bottom of the hour and be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Steve Kane. Talk 1470. WNN.
People put off the medical care they need for a lot of reasons. My deductible is too high. I don't have insurance. My schedule is too hectic. I just can't afford it.
They work less than firefighters.
Excuses is over. Thanks to Any Lab Test Now of Plantation, where they guarantee the lowest prices on all of their thousands of lab tests. PSA, only $34. Full cholesterol lipid panel, $28. Complete thyroid panel, $49. Diabetic A1C test, only $27. No doctor's order or prescription needed. All testing is always anonymous and confidential. In and out in 15 minutes or less. Most results in 24 to 48 hours. Make sure to ask about their allergy testing, which includes micronutrient and environmental allergies, and vitamin deficiency test, drug testing, you name it. Any Lab Test Now at Plantation, probably test for it. Any Lab Test Now at Plantation is located at 8367 West Sunrise Boulevard in the Jacaranda Plaza on the corner of University Drive and Sunrise Boulevard in Plantation. Give them a call, 954-916-1072. 954-916-1072.
I know. I saw that about Rudolph.
Online, labtestingplantation.com. Take control of your health with Any Lab Test Now of Plantation. 954-916-1072.
The Medicare open enrollment period is here. Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080, 954-753-8080, and allow her to educate and guide you through the many plans, choices, and cost considerations. I Will Advisors represents all major insurance companies, not just a single carrier, so they will make sure you choose the best option for you. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors at 954-753-8080, 954-753-8080. 8080.
Dr. Mitch Matez. Dr. Matez, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Brian. Brian, I've been talking a lot on the show about the no pee shot, the technique we use to stop the women from urinating when they cough, sneeze, laugh, etc. The technique is actually called the O shot. O stands for orgasm. The O shot is a simple, painless office procedure that can increase someone's orgasmic abilities, increase their sensation, increase their libido, a host of other things, all while rejuvenating their sexual health. In fact, if you've never had an orgasm, you should call me. The O-Shot is a really cool thing, folks. There's a plethora of information on the internet. If you Google it, you'll find a whole bunch of stuff. You can start on our website, which is www.hormonetherapybocaratone.com, or you can give us a call. 561-953-5490. That's 561-953-5490 if you'd like some more information on the O-Shot.
And it's always a free consultation for Steve Kane listeners with Dr. Mitch Matez. Call his office.
Yeah, she mentioned something about that to me, I think.
953-5490. 561-953-5490. All right, Dr. Matez, take care. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Brian. Have a great day.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Affordable with a revocable living trust. $350 for single people, $450 for married couples. When you complete your trust with attorney Barry Siegel, he will give you a $100 gift certificate to Tavolino Italian Restaurant in Coral Springs. The Siegel Law Group, with 9 offices in South Florida, including Boca Raton, Plantation, and Coral Springs. Call 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. We're talking about these hack professors yesterday at the impeachment hearing, the gay professor and the witch, and the other guy who was just there. Oh, yeah, real quick here. Mark Ruffalo, he's come out against capitalism. He's endorsed Bernie Sanders. Plays Bruce Banner in the Avengers. Mark Ruffalo. And I was shocked that Mark Ruffalo, they say he is worth $30 million. He's only, how many movies has he been in to be worth that kind of money? Not many. And I love how this one multimillionaire has endorsed another multimillionaire. Mark Ruffalo has endorsed Bernie Sanders. One multimillionaire has endorsed another multimillionaire, and both of them are against capitalism. Here's my comment to Mark Ruffalo. If you want to battle capitalism, could you do something about the movie prices? Oh, my goodness. How much does it cost a family of 4 to go to the movies to see the Avengers on a Friday night, Mark Ruffalo? A family of 4 goes to see the Avengers on a Friday night. It could easily be $100 if you get popcorn and soda. Oh, my gosh, on top of the overinflated ticket prices. So if you want to battle capitalism, let's first start with the movie ticket prices, Mark Ruffalo. You may have some juice there since you're a film actor. All right, let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Good morning, Conservative Doug.
Yeah.
This woman that was out there, I know a couple of college professors. I went to college. I've never seen anybody as dumb as this woman, man. It makes me say, well, it's got to be terrible for these colleges, because who the hell wants to go to send kids to?
Well, no. The reason you don't remember professors that were as out of touch with reality as this witch yesterday is because you were young when you went to college, and now you're a grown-up, and you're seeing it, you're hearing it with a different ear, a mature ear filled with life experience.
But man, this woman takes the cake, though, man. I can't see anybody as dumb as that. And she supposedly was going to be thought of for the Supreme Court.
She was on Hillary's list to be a Supreme Court justice. God help America if that witch got on the Supreme Court.
I can't understand how anybody could possibly even think of her. These people, how they even let somebody get elected like Jerry Nadler or shit. I don't know what's wrong with America, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
First of all, what is college professors going up there for?
Well, the reason they had college professors there yesterday was pretty simple. Those of us in America who think that the Schiff hearings cleared President Trump because the witnesses all said no quid pro quo, all of them, all the Democrat witnesses said no quid pro quo. That's not really what happened. So they needed to bring up these liberal intellectuals to tell us that even though it sounded to us as if the witnesses all said no quid pro quo, that he really did commit crimes. That's what they're doing.
That's what they're
doing.
That's what it was, but it's so ridiculous. You know, our court system has lower court that made it, and it goes to the Supreme Court. You know, and it's always overturned. So you got some idiot who thinks one way, and then all of a sudden another judge is thinking another way.
Well, you know, when you talk about lawyers and judges, though, these three liberal hags, between these three liberal hacks that are really frauds who are credentialed liberal activists, how many cases do you think they've tried between the three of them?
I would probably say none.
Yeah, probably not. You know, Obama was a constitutional law professor at the University of Chicago. He had one case in his entire legal career, and it was one that he did while working at the university, suing some bank, and he had his students work. It was like a class project. Yeah, it's like, you know what it's like? It's like you go to, this is, when it comes to the economy, like, for example, the other day, Trump says he doesn't follow the market. He doesn't look at the Dow every day. He looks at employment numbers. And I see all these economists attacking him on television. Donald Trump is a leading economist. He's like I was talking about Rodney Dangerfield in Back to School. He's a leading economist. He has a degree from a very good business school, right? And he has decades of experience at the billion-dollar deal level in business. Liberal economists are college professors that have never worked in business. They have degrees, they have PhDs in economics, but they've never worked in business. You know, and Donald Trump has practical experience, just like these liberal hacks yesterday. And how dare she attack 13-year-old Barron, attacking a kid, 13-year-old kid. What is he, a 6th grader, a 7th grader? I know he's tall, but he's a kid.
But picking on him, maybe she wasn't picking on him, she was making a point, but still a dumb.
Let me tell you, what she said about Barron, that line she had about Barron was a pre-written line that she was waiting to drop in the hearing. She was waiting all day to say that.
I like that. Who wrote that for her? But
I know Bill Maher maybe wrote the line for her. I doubt she wrote it, but she was waiting around all day for that line. She couldn't wait to say it. And when she apologized later, that was not a real apology. She says, I shouldn't have said it, but I wish the president would apologize for his, you know. She used it as another way to take a jab at the president. All right, Doug, take care. Since we mentioned it, let me play that clip. I don't think I've played it yet. Here she is, the witch.
So while the president can name his son Barron, he can't make him a Baron.
Now, you know, listen to how she says Barron. She doesn't say he can name his son Barron. Name his son Barron. She says it with this tone.
So while the president can name his son Barron, he can't make him a Baron.
Yeah, that's so funny.
He can't make him a Baron.
Yeah, don't tell me that came right off her tongue, that she didn't have that line planned out before the hearing and was just waiting for this narrative that they have that he thinks he's a king. Yeah. You know, why is it okay for her, and you hear all those liberals laughing, all those Democrats laughing when she made that pre-planned insult of a 13-year-old child? I know, it's disgusting, isn't it? Isn't it disgusting? Only a liberal would do such a thing, and you can hear her anger towards Trump when she says it. He could name his son Barron, but he can't make him a Baron. Yeah. Okay. What's the point of that, Stanford College professor? It really shows you the hostility she has towards Trump. I mean, she's a real piece of work. She's a real piece of work. Now, this one, you might have to turn your radios up loud for this one. I tried to enhance the audio on this, but when I did, it distorted it. Listen to this. This is another little clip.
The words you read. When the president said, do us a favor, he was using the royal we there. It wasn't a favor for the United States. He should have said, do me a favor, because only kings say us
when they leave me.
Okay, so she says he used the royal we. They had two talking points yesterday. One, bribery, and two, he thinks he's a king. And as evidence that he's a king, he said, "Do us a favor," which is the royal we. She says, you know, that's a common way to say that. Do us a favor, especially if you're the president representing a country. You know, and all we heard really yesterday from these liberal hacks was just like the testimony in the Schiff hearing, their opinions about Trump. Their opinions. No evidence, no information, just their opinions about Trump. And the three of them, all three agree, he thinks he's a king. He tried to bribe the Ukrainians, and he should be impeached. That's what we think. We don't have any evidence. We're not even commenting on the evidence, but we just don't like him and think he should. You know, these professors thought he should have been impeached the day he was elected. Okay. So, all right, listen, let's take our last break of the second hour and we get back. More to share. If you'd like to call in, please do. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. We'll be back right after this.
This is Steve Kane. When it comes to looking your best, sometimes you need a little extra help. Dr. Nathan at the Nathan Clinic is a renowned plastic surgeon here in South Florida who will bring out your most beautiful self. Dr. Nathan, highly skilled, knows how to reveal your inner beauty and make you look your absolute best. He's a board-certified plastic surgeon. People come from miles around just because of his extraordinary skills and his caring bedside manner. Dr. Nathan performs breast augmentations, facelifts, Botox, tummy tucks, liposuction.
Dan Duncan. Hey, make sure you subscribe. Got some stuff on Booty Judge when we get back.
They love Dr. Nathan.
Be right back.
He has years of experience and impressive credentials that make Dr. Nathan the only plastic surgeon you need visit. He'll advise you and tell you the best course of action so that you will always remain true to who you are. You can contact Dr. Nathan for a no-charge consultation by calling 305 area code 680-5121. That's area code 305-680-5121 or online at drnathan.com. Tell him you heard it on the Steve Kane Show.
Many people are suffering with depression, anxiety, addiction, trauma, loneliness, low self-esteem, and problems with intimacy. Day and night, they struggle to make it through. If you're feeling overwhelmed, confused, frustrated, lost, and fear never being able to find satisfaction in your intimate relationships, it's time to be proactive. Call me. Let's talk. I am Dr. Janae Lomaski, a licensed psychologist. You can reach me at 561-777-2021. That's 561-777-2021. Or you can find my number at stevekaneshow.com.
Did you know that your skin is your largest organ? Yet, it's probably the most neglected. Living in South Florida means having an annual checkup for skin cancer is vital. We live in the Sunshine State after all, and our skin bears the brunt of the sunshine. It's time to have your annual skin checkup. There's no better doctor to take care of this for you than Dr. Jose Mendez. Dr. Mendez is a board-certified dermatologist, and when it comes to caring for your skin and making sure that it is healthy as possible and skin cancer-free, you want Dr. Mendez as your personal dermatologist. Dr. Mendez is caring and very knowledgeable. Your annual skin cancer exam is covered by Medicare. Dr. Mendez also takes most other insurances. Steve Kane recently had his annual skin cancer checkup. It was easy breezy. Dr. Mendez examined him from head to toe, took off a few things, and now Steve is good to go. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681. When you call, make sure to ask for Sarah. She takes extra good care of Steve Kane listeners and will get you an appointment fast. Early detection of skin cancer can save your life. Call Dr.
I'm not going to
Mendez
comment on
right
that.
now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, we are back. Friendly Tire. Oh, man. I love Friendly Tire. I've been a customer of Friendly Tire for over a decade. Over a decade. And I've been trying to get Steve over there for years. Every time Steve needed new tires, he would always tell me after the fact. And I said, Steve, next time you need tires, tell me. I want you to go over to Friendly Tire and talk to Mike. I told him how low the prices were because I've been buying tires there for my entire family, my extended family. We all get our tires at Friendly Tire, and my friends too, because I send my personal friends over there as well because the prices are so low. And Steve never told me until after he bought tires. And then many, many months ago, beginning of the year, Steve came to work one day and he's like, oh man, my tires are bald. I got to get tires when we get off the air today. And I sent him over to Friendly Tire. And I told him what the prices were at Friendly Tire. And Steve's like, come on. And Steve went over there. He called me about a half an hour later after the show. And he says, I cannot believe how low the prices are on new tires over here at Friendly Tire. I know. They're spectacularly low. And I love Friendly Tire, and you will too. And you'll be sending all of your friends into Friendly Tire and all of your family into Friendly Tire as well. And Steve's Tires, the lowest price we could find around town, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, $75 a tire. That's out the door and on the road, and these are brand new tires. Friendly Tire does not charge you to balance the tire. They don't charge you to mount the tire, and they don't charge you for the disposal of the old tires, okay? Big scam that these big tire shops have. That's an incredible savings. Steve saved $100 per tire. I know. It's insanely low prices, but these are the prices, and these are new tires. Steve took his daughter over there a couple months ago to buy her 4 new tires. She was in town from Orlando. And he took his daughter over there in her car to Friendly Tire, and he told Mike, I need 4 tires for my daughter's car. Friendly Mike looked at the tires to get the size of the tires, and he says, you don't need 4 new tires. You only need 2 new tires. Is that something else or what? I know, it's amazing. I mean, can you imagine going into one of these big tire shops? You walk in, you say, I want 4 new tires. And it's like, no, you only need 2. The other 2 are fine? Of course not. But Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire, he will never sell you new tires that you do not need. I know, absolutely amazing. Also, he has in his inventory thousands of good used tires in stock, starting at just $30 a tire. And also, they do something over there that most of the tire shops around town refuse to do, and that is tire repairs that start at just $7. And I had an incident when I was up in Orlando with my daughter at the beginning of November. We ran into a curb and we damaged the, what do you call the thing where you put the air in on a tire? I forgot what you call it. The nozzle where you put the air in. We damaged it, and the tire was leaking air. And we were up in Orlando, 3 hours away for the whole weekend. And it was a Friday, and we were going to that Halloween Horror Nights. Couldn't do anything about it Friday night. But Saturday morning, I woke up early. Yeah, the valve stem. Yeah, ran too close to a curb. You know, messed up the valve stem, and hit the curb pretty hard, actually. Luckily, it didn't break the rim. I was driving. I know. So I woke up Saturday morning in Orlando early in the hotel while my daughter was still sleeping, went to the tire shop down the street. They wouldn't repair the valve stem. We don't do repairs. They wanted to sell me a new tire. So I filled it up with air. I overinflated it, actually, and I drove home from Orlando. I had to stop at every rest plaza on the way here, okay, way back home on the turnpike to fill the tire up with air. It was leaking. And then I went to Friendly Tire. Boom, he replaced the valve stem, and that was it. Cost me, I don't know, $10 or something like that. I know, it's crazy. That's Friendly Tire. So listen, give Mike a call over at Friendly Tire, 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. And online, friendlytire.net. Okay, I was talking yesterday on the show about after Kamala Harris dropped out, that there are powers that be. I don't know if it's Hillary Clinton's I don't know if it's DNC. I don't know if it's Biden. there are some powers that be that are trying to thin the herd of Democrat nominees, and they're working pretty hard to do it. They got Kamala to drop out. They got a couple of these no names to drop out, and they've been working pretty hard. They got Beto to drop out. They're working very hard on Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Buttigieg is in a hell of a lot of trouble. He's got the gays after him. I know that sounds nuts, doesn't it? The gay activists are attacking Mayor Pete. Listen to this. This is in The Hill. Democratic presidential candidate Mayor Pete Buttigieg is facing criticism from some members of the LGBTQ plus community and gay rights advocates after image of the South Bend, Indiana mayor volunteering with the Salvation Army resurfaced online Tuesday. LGBTQ Plus's publication Out published a story Tuesday with some of the critical tweets. That's right, which caused pushback from some activists who called out Democrats for volunteering with an organization, the Salvation Army, that has a history of opposing gay rights. That's right. I know the photos are 2 years old, but still I can't help to wonder if Mayor Pete just looks at what LGBTQ activists have been working on for years and then chooses to spite working with the Salvation Army, Chick-fil-A, in general, etc. Tweeted Zach Ford, press secretary for the Alliance for Justice, with a link to the Out story. So they have a picture from 2017 with Mayor Pete Buttigieg volunteering as part of the Red Kettle Ring-Off, which is an annual charity. Now, you go to the stores. I saw this at Walmart the other day. You'll see this at the grocery stores, all the stores. And he was doing this. He had the Salvation Army red apron on, and he's ringing the bell with the bucket for people to drop money in for the Salvation Army. That's all this is. And the gay activists are going after him because the Salvation Army is a Christian organization, and they are opposed to gay marriage. Well, gay marriage is the law of the land now, so, who cares? All the good that the Salvation Army does, we shouldn't support all the good, the hunger that they help. They buy kids presents at Christmas that don't have presents under the tree normally. They help people in natural disasters. But because they have an opinion that they're opposed to gay marriage, which is the law of the land now, you're supposed to oppose them and stop them and not help them with all the hungry people they feed and homeless people and people displaced by natural disasters. And, you can't tell me that there's not someone in the DNC somewhere who is trying to get Buttigieg out of the race when they have the gay activist going after him because he rang a bell with the Salvation Army 2 years ago. Then, last night, this one was very bizarre. Now, did you hear about the protester at the Buttigieg event last night? So they've got the gay activist going after Buttigieg. Now they have Black Lives Matter going after Buttigieg. That's right. And it was in South Bend. A protester wearing a Black Lives Matter t-shirt rushed a lectern and ripped a microphone from the hands of a black city leader from South Bend, Indiana, Wednesday night at an event meant to promote Mayor Pete Buttigieg's relationships with the black community in his hometown. Buttigieg, a Democrat candidate for president, did not attend the forum. Sharon McBride, a city council member who earlier this week joined Buttigieg on the campaign trail in South Carolina, was among the 7 local politicians, pastors, and activists who spoke on his behalf. They're black community leaders for Buttigieg. During McBride's remarks, a man towards the front of the room at a South Bend youth center began heckling her with other Black Lives Matter protesters chiming in from the back. Now, I'm reading this article in BuzzFeed, which is a bunch of crap, okay? I'm reading this from BuzzFeed. The man, whose race and name could not be immediately verified, shouted towards McBride, who was wearing a dark leather jacket. Quote, "Where are the black leaders that don't have three-piece suits and leather jackets? Who chose these people as black leaders?" Within seconds, he had pried the microphone from McBride. "Who chose these people as black leaders?" he asked again, his voice now amplified with the microphone. This is in BuzzFeed. "Who organized this? Why are you talking about Pete Buttigieg?" The event was organized by Buttigieg supporters. Okay, now I'm going to play you the audio. And BuzzFeed is so full of crap. They say the race could not be identified. The guy was just like me. Since we mentioned Zimmerman earlier, let's quote Trayvon Martin. This Black Lives Matter protester, he's wearing a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, pulled the mic from the black Buttigieg supporter. He's a creepy-ass cracker just like me. He might even be whiter than me. And, well, it's 8 o'clock. I want to take the break, and I'm going to play the audio after the break of this exchange. I just looked at the clock. It's 8 a.m. All right, you're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show, on the radio since 1977. 2 hours down, one to go. After the break, I'll play the audio of this white Black Lives Matter protester going after the blacks for Mayor Pete in South Bend last night. We'll be right back.
0.3 FM, 96.9 FM, 103.9 FM, and AM 1470. WWNN Pompano Beach is the Florida Money Talk Network.
Folks, I'm here with my attorney, Barry Siegel of the Siegel Law Group. He is my attorney. He handles my revocable...
Be right back, guys.
Bloodline planning. My gosh, sounds like something out of a Dracula movie. What is bloodline planning?
Well, Steve, it can be a real horror to not have bloodline planning. I actually had a client come in just a couple of weeks ago who was telling me a story about a friend of theirs that had left assets to their child, and that child shortly thereafter got divorced and ended up losing half of the assets they received in their inheritance. So when they came in, they wanted to make sure that that didn't happen when they left their assets to their children. So I discussed with them what we call bloodline planning. Bloodline planning means keeping your assets in your family bloodline so it doesn't go to other people's family bloodlines. The number one concern that bloodline planning helps people with is divorce. The divorce rate is almost 60%. So if you have children, the likelihood is that one of them or even more of them may end up getting divorced. If you leave them an inheritance and they receive it in their name,
Yeah.
it gets commingled.
BuzzFeed is so full of it.
And at some point they get a divorce. They could end up losing half of those assets that you left to your child.
Well, that is a frightening thought. I got to tell you, folks, if you're smart, call my friend, Attorney Barry Siegel. Find out about bloodline planning. The number, toll-free, 1-855-FLA-3782. Be sure to mention you heard it on the Steve Kane Show. Right now, the U.S. is in the midst of a deadly opioid epidemic. In South Florida alone, someone suffers an overdose every 2 hours, either from heroin, fentanyl, or some other prescription medication that's as close as the family medicine cabinet. In fact, Mom and Dad's medicine cabinet is frequently the gateway to the horrors of hardcore addiction down the road. Drug problems left unattended are only going to get worse. This is not something you can do on your own. You need expert professional help, and if your family is disintegrating in front of your eyes and you feel helpless, I'm here to tell you that help is available. Call my good friend Sal at The Edge Recovery, 561 area code 523-4325. This is his personal cell phone, 561-523-4325. If your loved one refuses treatment, The Edge Recovery will conduct an intervention and get them into the treatment plan that they need. The Edge Recovery offers every option, from intervention to 30-day rehab to sober living to counseling with a licensed therapist, as well as group therapy treatment. It's covered by most insurance, but no matter what your situation is, The Edge Recovery has options for you. Call Sal at The Edge Recovery. Do it today. 561 area code 523-4325. Again, that's Sal's personal cell phone, 561-523-4325.
Payments up to a total of $1,800 based on purchase and MSRP and approved credit. Excludes tax, tag title, includes $8.99 fee. Offer
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the rematch of the prize fight of the century. In this corner, the reigning 5-time champ, Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 for SCT. And in this corner, challengers from every other manufacturer. The challengers come out swinging, but Toyota of Hollywood delivers a crushing blow by selling Toyotas at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 Camry SE, not $28,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $21,000, $12,775. Buy any new Toyota and we'll make your payments for 12 months. At Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Avoid probate with a revocable living trust. $350 for single people, $450 for married couples. When you complete your trust with attorney Barry Siegel, he will give you a $100 gift certificate to Tavolino Italian Restaurant in Coral Springs. The Siegel Law Group, with 9 offices in South Florida, including Boca Raton, Plantation, and Coral Springs.
Happy Holidays is not...
FLA.
I'll tell you. I'll make sure to get back. Then
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
The Steve King Show is live in Morning Drive, 6 till 9 a.m. days and overnights.
All right. Yes. Third and final hour has begun. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Welcome back, one and all. Before I get back to Mayor Pete's abortion of an event last night, although when I call it an abortion, I mean it was a disaster. Liberals might think it's some joyous artistic expression happened last night. But a couple quick things, and I get back to Pete and what's going on there. Someone in the chat room during the break had said, do any of you work at a retail store where they say Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas? Okay. Happy Holidays is not always inappropriate. It's not always inappropriate. In Florida, we've got a lot of Jews in Florida. And if I'm talking to someone that I know is Jewish, except Steve, because Steve does Christmas, but if I'm talking to a Jew, I don't wish a Jew Merry Christmas. I say Happy Holidays. I'm not denying Christ or taking Christ out of Christmas, but I'm not going to wish Merry Christmas to someone who's a Jew. So Happy Holidays is not necessarily inappropriate. And now there is a difference when you are talking about Christmas and you don't use it. And I gave you 2 examples that I've seen. One was in person, one was on television. I was watching a celebrity. I can't remember who it was. Carson Daly. Carson Daly. I don't know. It's so long. Is Carson Daly still a celebrity? I don't know. And he was on a talk show, Carson Daly, and he was talking about going home to see his mother for Christmas. And he wouldn't say Christmas. He says the holiday. Well, I'm going home for the holiday, and over the holiday, we always do the, couldn't say. That's different. I was at the deli at Publix a few years ago. And, it was 4th of July week. I don't remember if it was 4th of July or the 3rd of July. It was either the 3rd or 4th of July. And this woman working in the deli, sometimes you say Happy 4th of July, especially at the Publix deli, because people go to the Publix deli to buy 4th of July platters for 4th of July parties. And this woman was not wishing anyone, it's a common thing. You say have a happy 4th, have a happy 4th of July, have a great Independence Day. And she wouldn't say that. She was saying, have a great holiday, have a happy holiday for the 4th of July. And, oh, my goodness. I know, it's gotten crazy. It's gotten crazy. Also, before I forget, Dan Bongino is awesome. You guys like Dan Bongino? Dan Bongino's awesome. I love Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino has a new news website I just discovered yesterday. It's brand new. It's called BonginoReport.com. BonginoReport.com. There's been some stories about it in conservative media, and it's being billed as an alternative to the Drudge Report. And I went to it yesterday. He's got the good stories up there. I like it. Okay, I like the Bongino Report. It's one-sided, but that's okay. They've got the left have almost everything else. We can have a few things. And I'm really glad Bongino is not only doing this Bongino Report, but I'm very happy that he has an alternative to the Drudge Report. You know, the Drudge Report was the news source of record for so many years, and it's become so left-wing lately. Not all too lately, but it's been coming more and more left-wing all the time. And there was the time when I did not go on the air without going to the Drudge Report and checking it out several times throughout the show. And that's just not the case anymore. I go to the Drudge Report in the morning when I'm doing show prep, if I have the time, and then even then I may not do it. It's like an afterthought. I go to the Drudge Report maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Okay? That's how bad it's gotten. The Drudge Report used to be the best alternative source of news out there, and the Drudge Report has been completely corrupted and is completely left-wing now, and it's useless, the Drudge Report. So Dan Bongino has his new website that he's selling as the alternative to the Drudge Report. It's called Bongino Report, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and it's not just, it's one-sided, I guess. It's conservative, but again, that's okay. The left have almost everything. It's okay for us to have something. But it's not just conservative news. I mean, the top story is about this Pearl Harbor shooting. So I've only seen it 2 days. It's brand new. BonginoReport.com. Dan Bongino is out there working. Okay, so let me finish up with this thing with Buttigieg. I think it's Hillary Clinton. Yesterday, we were talking about Kamala Harris, that there's been some force inside the Democrat Party going after these candidates to take them off one by one, 10 Little Indians, Agatha Christie, to thin out the debate stage. And we were speculating on who it was, and I thought maybe Hillary, maybe Biden. I'm not sure. Now I'm going to say with confidence it's Hillary Clinton because of her Howard Stern interview yesterday. She's out there she's out there running for president right now. She wants everybody to know she's not a lesbian. Well, she didn't say, did she say that, or did she say she likes men? Did she say she's not bi? I don't think Hillary's sexual. I think Hillary gets aroused by power, and I think that's what she's about. But anyway, I think Hillary's behind it. Buttigieg is the target right now. They're trying to get Buttigieg out of the way. And as I was talking at the end of the last hour, they've got the gay activist are attacking Mayor Pete Buttigieg, which is insane. It's like the NAACP attacking Obama in the 08 campaign. It's insane, isn't it? But you know what? There were black sellout activists that didn't like Obama that were going after him, siding with Hillary, if you remember. Okay? So there was some conflict. So gay activists are now attacking Buttigieg because he rang a bell with the Salvation Army 2 years ago at Christmas time. Can you believe it? They're doing it. And they had a big story in the gay magazine, Out. Then, last night, a group of well-to-do South Bend black activists had an event in South Bend without Buttigieg, they had a small rally to show their support for Buttigieg. A Black Lives Matter protester got up and stole the microphone from the black activist endorsing Buttigieg and started attacking them. I'm going to play the audio here. BuzzFeed, I believe, lied. That BuzzFeed said the race of the Black Lives Matter protester was unknown. He's white as I am. He's white as a saltine cracker, okay? And I believe they knew. And the reason I believe that BuzzFeed knew were 2 reasons. One, there's a video of the event, which is what made it news. Okay? It made news because it made the video that I'm going to play the audio of right now was all over social media. Number 2, when you hear Black Lives Matter, you just assume it's someone who's black. There's not a lot of white Black Lives Matter people. So for BuzzFeed to say that the race was unknown, by the way, that's bigotry. There is only one race, the human race, and inside the human race, there are different ethnicities. BuzzFeed, get with the modern science. You have 83 genders. Blacks and whites are of the same race, liberal BuzzFeed, okay? Now, That's what the Ku Klux Klan used to say. But again, they were Democrats too. But anyway, for a white guy in a Black Lives Matter t-shirt to steal the microphone from black leaders in South Bend endorsing Buttigieg and hijack the event, I find it odd. And this is another Hillary Clinton op. And they wrestled the microphone away from him and they pushed him out. And what I'm unclear about are the guys that ganged up on him, took the mic and carried him out. They didn't look like they were police officers to me. They looked like they were just guys in attendance. Yeah, thugs. Yeah, thugs who may have assaulted this man. I don't know. But anyway, let me play you the audio. This is the white Black Lives Matter guy. And again, these are black activists in South Bend who are endorsing Buttigieg because he's got a black problem there because, there's less diversity. You know all the problem. I don't have to go through Pete's black problem in South Bend. And the woman that this white Black Lives Matter guy takes the microphone from is wearing very expensive clothing and a leather jacket, which is relevant to the disruption. Here it is, Mayor Pete's event last night. Okay, he says black leaders don't have three-piece suits and leather jackets. I guess he's not familiar with the Black Panthers, but
Where are these black leaders? Who chose these people as black leaders? These black leaders are here to talk about Richard Douglas. People are having a crisis because of police violence. Who chose these people?
Now, I want you to understand, everyone arguing and fighting here is a Democrat. A white Black Lives Matter guy, he's at a black community event. He's wrestled the microphone from the black speaker endorsing Buttigieg. Go back a little bit. Here we go.
People are having a crisis because of police violence. Who chose these people? Because of police violence. Who chose these people? Who chose these people to have the black?
Now he's got the microphone. Before he didn't have the microphone, he's just taken the microphone from the black woman in the leather jacket. This is the white Black Lives Matter guy.
Who organized this? We have a police crisis in this town. Why are we talking about Pete Buttigieg? What kind of nonsense is this? What kind of nonsense is this?
Now he's being attacked.
This is a farce. This is a farce.
It's a farce.
This is a farce.
It's a farce.
This is a farce. This is a farce. This is a farce. This is a farce. This is a farce. This is a farce. This is a farce. This is a farce. This is a farce.
Okay, so everyone there's a Democrat fighting. I'm going to tell...
Well, how do you separate them?
What do you mean?
I mean, if everybody's, if there's a whole crowd, let's just say half.
Yeah.
The crowd is black. Were they all black or what's the...
Mostly black.
Mostly black. Well, what are the two, is it two groups?
It's Black Lives Matter and then South Bend Black Community Activist. And
who is
the guy yelling, the black community activists were there to tell the community that they're endorsing Buttigieg. The white Black Lives Matter guy is the one who stole the mic, who's anti-Buttigieg. And I'm telling you...
He's pro the establishment.
He's a plant. He's a plant. And Hillary Clinton's people. Hillary Clinton's people would be my... They're now they got rid of Kamala. Now they're going after Buttigieg. And I'll tell you why they're going after Buttigieg right now, the Clintons. Buttigieg is a Kennedy. He's with the Kennedys. I just tell you this quickly. I've mentioned it a couple times before. It's very important. When Buttigieg, you know how Buttigieg became famous? When he was in high school, he won a national essay contest. He wrote a term paper on, it was a Profiles in Courage of Bernie Sanders, who had the courage to stand up and be a socialist in the Democrat Party as a U.S. Senator. Carolyn Kennedy awarded him with a national award for that paper, brought him to Boston. He met with Carolyn Kennedy and Senator Kennedy, and they took him under his wing. And if you look at his career, it's modeled right after President Kennedy, kind of, as close as a gay guy in America this era can get. He was in the Navy. What was he? He was a naval lieutenant, just like President Kennedy. Did a little time there, came back, boom. The Clintons hate the Kennedys because in the 2008 primary, the Kennedys endorsed Obama over Hillary during the primary season. So and Hillary's got anger towards the Kennedys. So that's why they planted this white Black Lives Matter guy at the Buttigieg event. It was meant to go viral. And it is going viral on Twitter right now. So I'm going to stick right now with it's Hillary, especially with this Howard Stern, I'm not a lesbian interview yesterday. Hillary Clinton's campaign is behind all of these plans that are going on against the Democrats. And I'll tell you another thing. This video of Joe Biden bragging about his shakedown with the Ukrainians, that was the Clintons too, I believe, that got that out. The Clinton family, because she's waiting. She's getting rich. She's thinning the herd, and then she thinks she's going to come in and get the nomination. So this is all the Clinton campaign. I'm not saying her. She's not the smartest one in the bunch, but she's got smart people around her, like Podesta and others. Okay, so when I say the Clintons, I don't mean this sex addict and this old hag. The old Clinton guy. That's right. So a white Black Lives Matter guy, there aren't very many white people in South Bend, okay, and certainly not in the Black Lives Matter chapter. To have a white guy being...
Most of them are in the...
Exactly. And to have a local Black Lives Matter guy in South Bend to be white, it's bizarre. Listen, we'll take our break. Steve's joining us 21 minutes after the hour. We'll be back right after this.
For a total of $1,800 based on purchase at MSRP on approved credit. Excludes tax, tag time, and includes $8.99 delivery fee. Offer ends 12/31/19. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the rematch of the prize fight of the century. In this corner, the reigning 5-time champ, Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 for SCT. And in this corner, challengers from every other manufacturer. The challengers come out swinging, but Toyota of Hollywood delivers a crushing blow by selling Toyotas at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 Camry SE, not $28,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $21,000, $12,775. Buy any new Toyota and we'll make your payments for 12 months. At Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Dr. Mitch Matez. Dr. Matez, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Brian. Brian, I've been talking a lot on the show about the no-pee shot, the technique we use to stop the women from urinating when they cough, sneeze, laugh, etc. The technique is actually called the O shot. O stands for orgasm. The O shot is a simple, painless office procedure that can increase someone's orgasmic abilities, increase their sensation, increase their libido, a host of other things, all while rejuvenating their sexual life. In fact, if you've never had an orgasm, you should call me.
About what?
Shot is a really cool thing, folks. There's a plethora of information on the internet. If you Google it, you'll find a whole bunch of stuff. You can start with our website, which is www.hormonetherapybocaratone.com, or you can give us a call, 561-953-5490. That's 561-953-5490 if you'd like some more information on the O-Shot.
And it's always a free consultation for Steve Kane listeners with Dr. Mitch Matez. Call his office, 561-953-5490. 561-953-5490. All right, Dr. Matez, take care. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Brian. Have a great day.
This is Lori Kane, and I want to tell you about Brighton Dental Care. I just had a lot of work done, and I avoided going to the dentist for a lot of years because I was afraid of the cost. But I went to Brighton Dental for my free consultation, which, by the way, he offers to all Steve Kane listeners. I had 2 cavities, I needed a crown on top and a crown on the bottom. If I were a horse, they would have put me down. So I scheduled my appointment for the next Saturday because Brighton Dental has Saturday appointments available, and they saved me a ton of money. And I will be a patient for life. Don't Don't let cost stop you from taking care of your teeth. Brighton Dental gives Steve Kane listeners incredible discounts on all dental procedures, just like they gave me. Prices are so reasonable, you don't have to worry about the cost. So call Brighton Dental today at
Let's finish up with this thing.
922-4633. That's 954-922-4633.
We can. We go back to it. I just want to
Visit
mention.
them at brightonddental.com and tell them Lori Kane sent you.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for www.
All right, we're back. Now, I'm just looking. The Daily Mail has a story on this white Black Lives Matter guy at the Buttigieg rally. And he's not yet been identified, but they have some high-quality still photographs of him. And I'm going to tell you, when this guy's identified, if he's identified, he is not Black Lives Matter. He's a liberal activist, and I'll tell you why. He's wearing a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, but that's not what he went there wearing. He's wearing slacks and a long-sleeve dress shirt, and he has the Black Lives Matter shirt over the dress shirt. If he was really Black Lives Matter, he'd just be wearing the Black Lives Matter shirt on the top of the fact that he's white, and no one in the press has identified him yet. This guy, and he sounds gay if you hear him when he's talking, so he's a gay activist. And I'm just shocked they haven't identified him yet. But the way that he's dressed is a little too nice. If you look at his slacks and his shirt and everything, he's dressed kind of fancy and put the Black Lives Matter t-shirt on over it. So he's definitely a plant. Steve Kane Show. All right, yeah. You were telling me there's going to be some announcement today at 9?
At 9 o'clock, when we go, they are holding it up till after we get off the air.
What kind of announcement?
It's something related to the impeachment that we can only guess. We could speculate.
Well, who's making the announcement?
They weren't even specifically clear about that. And it was a news headline that I heard.
Mm-hmm.
And evidently they've come to some decisions. I don't know. Have you seen any polls or anything about
I don't
this?
follow the poll. The polls are all lies. Even if Trump's up, he got to add 10 points to it at least.
Well, okay.
I mean, I think the poll of public opinion is that yesterday was an embarrassment.
Well, if that's true, that's significant. I mean,
Yeah.
Because every two people see that through two different sets of
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
The Democrats actually thought they did
Yeah.
well yesterday.
Mhm.
I think it was a
Yeah.
massacre.
We want to take some calls?
Yeah.
All right, you're on the radio.
Good morning. You were talking about how the Clintons hate the Kennedys.
Yep.
Hillary Clinton was senator in New York, but before she was selected, you know who was supposed to be selected for that job?
I guess you're going to tell me Carolyn Kennedy.
No, John Kennedy Jr., and he died in the plane crash.
Well, now you're getting a little crazy. So what are you suggesting? Well, it's not a coincidence. He was flying a plane at night that he wasn't qualified to fly at night. Okay, I'm right, but yeah. All right, too many coincidences. Oh my, you got to be, a lot of, this is what happens with Alex Jones, okay, with his Pizzagate stupidity that destroyed his career. What happens a lot of times, a lot of people, what they like to do is they like to get conservative radio hosts to go down these weird ways as ways to discredit you, and they were pretty successful with Alex Jones because he's not all that bright. Yeah, and that, come on, John F. Kennedy Jr. First off, I don't know if that's true or not, that he was thinking about running for the Senate. I don't know.
Well, I mean sometimes...
You got to be very careful.
Sometimes a banana is just a banana. I mean,
yeah.
There obviously is a swamp. I think if nothing else, over the past few years, we've proved that there is a swamp, and they're not doing too well right now because for a while Biden was the guy, then it was obvious he wasn't going to make it. They're casting around, and they're down to Hillary at this point.
I'm telling you, Hillary is behind all these things that are going on, including this impeachment business that's going on. The Clinton people are the ones who started this Biden bragging about the shakedown of the Ukrainians. That the Clintons are behind that. That's an old story. That wasn't new when it came out. That's an old story. The Clintons got it back out there. This is part of getting rid of Biden. Has been flawed since day one, and
he's deteriorated.
Well, and they still can't get rid of him. And they came out with
I think they're rid of him. I mean, I don't think he stands a chance.
No, but they want him out of the
I
way.
don't know why they even would talk about him.
They want him.
That.
He's still the front runner in the Democrat polls in all the states.
It'll take a couple more months before the body stops twitching. But
no, the Clinton campaign. Again, I'm not talking about Bill and Hillary are out of it. Okay, I'm talking when I say the Clintons, I mean their campaign people. They are taking Agatha Christie, 10 Little Indians. They're knocking one Democrat out of the race at a time. They've been trying to get Biden to drop out. They brought up the Hunter Biden story in the Ukraine with him. That didn't work. They've been doing everything, and now they got rid of Kamala. Now they're going after Buttigieg, but it's the Clintons.
But I hate to keep pointing this out. This has come up between us a couple of times here. Every primary season, there's a replay of this. Some of them, the only thing
not with Democrats. Usually with Republicans go after each other pretty nasty, but not Democrats.
The ones that are factualized into all these special interests.
This is the nastiest Democrat fight we've seen. In fact, if you go back to the last major Democrat primary was 2008. Okay.
I mean, but don't you understand what I'm saying? The chemistry of these primaries is
not Democrats.
Is always getting rid of somebody.
It's the Gaetz show.
Whoever becomes the front runner, all of a sudden even the press realizes that.
No, not with Democrats.
It'll be interesting to see what
No.
happens now.
Let me give you an example. You're right with Republicans, okay? Not with Democrats. In fact, one of the reasons Hillary Clinton uncovered Jeremiah Wright, and someone in Hillary Clinton's campaign was the one that started asking about the Obama birth certificate back in 2008. The Clintons didn't go after, they didn't get negative with Obama because they did, and they protected Obama.
That was political correctness.
But Democrats have never been going after each other like they have been in this primary. I've never seen Democrats eat each other they're like rats without a food supply. I mean, I've never seen Republicans, yeah, but not Democrats. Alan, you're on the air.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Alan.
You're spot on, Brian, about the Clinton operatives, Steve Podesta, all those guys.
Yeah.
Operating this. She's back. She's running. And she's going to pick everybody off one by one.
And she's doing it.
She's not going to pick her nose for crying.
No, she got rid of Kamala.
She's history.
Hillary? No, not in her mind.
Well, I don't know about her mind, because her mind is pretty removed from reality.
She is history, but she's out there. And she's still got, look at the people who sat on that panel at the House hearing yesterday.
Yeah, for example, Alan, this Hag witch professor, we were talking how she was on Hillary's list of Supreme Court nominees. Part of the reason that Hag is up there yesterday embarrassing herself is because she figures if Trump gets impeached, it'll make it easier for Hillary, and there's going to be a big fancy appointment for her on the federal bench somewhere.
The Supreme Court, if we're not
possible, yeah. If Hillary became, what do you think, Alan?
Yes, and anything's possible.
Although I think she killed any chance of ever sitting on the Supreme Court yesterday, because believe me, there are going to be enough conservatives and Republicans that remember when the time comes to appoint somebody, it's not going to be her, because she screwed up yesterday bad, really.
Well, she's always screwing up, but she still has her operatives out there doing stuff.
And they're doing it.
Just like Nixon did, Steve. This is the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not saying Hillary's going to win, but you're thinking about it from your perspective. From Hillary's perspective, she's not some old hag.
She won, but she has become.
She doesn't see herself that way, and the people around her don't.
I'm quoting now, but we've heard this before. This has come up before. I'm quoting myself, actually, now that I realize it. And it's very true when I say when these things come up, the worst thing that can happen to anybody in politics if you become a figure of ridicule. It is instant death. And that is what has happened to Hillary. She has become a joke, a standing joke.
Not to her.
It doesn't matter
and her insiders.
It's not in her control. It's not going to be
You're missing the point.
insider's control.
But she's still going to get all this attention, Steve.
And she has.
But she's getting attention now as a freak.
No, and
Don't
you're
you
no,
understand
no,
that?
she's not.
When you see them sit around, the talking heads,
Yeah,
sitting around
on
talking
Fox.
about
Yeah, sure, on
Hillary,
Fox.
Hillary comes up and they get that smile
On
their
Fox.
face like, oh, yeah,
That's
Hillary.
Fox. She has a team around her led by Podesta that don't see things clearly, okay? And they're in another planet, and they're the ones that are behind this.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the voters are still involved.
No, we're talking about different things,
As
Steve.
long as the voters are involved, Hillary's
We're talking
going
about, we're
nowhere.
not saying that she's going to beat Trump.
She thinks as long as she can pick off the other Democratic candidates one by one,
Which is what she's doing.
like Teddy Roosevelt on a horse, in shining
No,
armor.
you've
the
got her
rest of the
confused
Democrats
with
will-
Michelle. Michelle is the one who's going to come riding in, and Michelle is
Oh,
credible.
well, Steve, we're talking about different things. We're talking about what's going on in the Democrat primary.
That's what I'm talking about.
No. You're talking about who's going to win. What we're talking about is who's going after Mayor Pete. It's Podesta. Who exposed the Hunter Biden story about the shakedown? It's Podesta. They are behind all of this. And I'll tell you, they've also, Steve, they've lost their gravy train. They were making so many crooked deals with Uranium One through that Clinton Foundation and everything. All these people in that circle lost the gravy train. So they're
She can't fund her lifestyle anymore.
Well, what do you think? Hold on. What do you think's going to happen when these? We're getting close to the moment of truth where we haven't talked about this at all today. To the best that I'm aware, what's going to happen when all the results come out on these investigations, which are definitely going to involve these people? Definitely going to involve these people. If they're politically dead now, they're going to be worse after the inspector general is through with them. Well, not the inspector general. Who's the good guy on this?
Barr, the Attorney General.
You really think when they announce all these results, you think it's going to enhance? You think it's going to enhance Hillary's chances of being president?
No, absolutely not.
Okay,
But that's not what I'm talking about. She just wants to be out there.
And the people around her and her clique, they're not seeing things rationally, okay? They think everybody hates Trump.
It's very powerful also.
Yeah.
The swamp.
The Democrat swamp. I mean, look at how they, think about the money they've lost because they're not in power anymore. They don't hold any federal office to sell, right?
So then,
that's right.
and that's your argument that she's
She's got an operation going out
a
there.
rich operation that
Yeah.
stands a chance of her.
I didn't
getting a
say.
nomination?
They think they do. They think they have a chance.
Well, the first time she's on a ballot, they're going to be in for a real.
Hillary doesn't look at herself and say, I'm some washed up hag that America hates. She thinks she's some young hot feminist that Americans admire.
She's the Blanche Dubois of American politics.
But you got to understand how. Do
you know who that is?
I don't offhand. No, I don't.
Alan, do you know who that is? Alan, do you know who that is? Blanche Dubois.
It's about Golden Girls.
No. All right, okay.
Steve,
Somebody will call.
but we're talking about how the Hillary campaign view themselves, and you're not. We're not talking about reality. Okay, we're talking about what they're doing. This guy, like Alan, this white guy at Black Lives Matter who was wearing the fancy clothes with a Black Lives T-shirt over the white guy, that's a Clinton operative. He's a Clintonista. A Clintonista. Yeah.
They have their hands go everywhere, Steve.
Oh, Streetcar Named Desire? Yeah, somebody in the chat. Yeah. Okay. All right, hey, listen, we got to run for a break, Alan. We're late.
All right, we're going to take a break. We shall return right after this.
People put off the medical care they need for a lot of reasons. My deductible is too high. I I don't have insurance. My schedule is too hectic. I just can't afford it. The time for excuses is over. Thanks to Any Lab Test Now of Plantation, where they guarantee the lowest prices on all of their thousands of lab tests. PSA, only $34. Full cholesterol lipid panel, $28. Complete thyroid panel, $49. Diabetic A1C test, only $27. No doctor's order or prescription needed. All testing is always anonymous and confidential. In and out in 15 minutes or less. Most results in 24 to 48 hours. Make sure to ask about their allergy testing, which includes micronutrient and environmental allergies, and vitamin deficiency test, drug testing, you name it. Any Lab Test Now at Plantation, probably test for it. Any Lab Test Now at Plantation is located at 8367 West Sunrise Boulevard in the Jacaranda Plaza on the corner of University Drive and Sunrise Boulevard in Plantation. Give them a call, 954-916-1072. 954-916-1072. Online, labtestingplantation.com. Take control of your health with Any Lab Test Now of Plantation. 954-916-1072.
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Soul Authority. At the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware, but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly Frankenstein shoes. These are name-brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot problems before they begin. Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes is preventable, and one of the preventable measures that is most effective is wearing the proper shoes. Call the Soul Authority at 954-597-7060 or online at thesoulauthority.com. That's THESOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Did you know that your skin is your largest organ? Yet, it's probably the most neglected. Living in South Florida means having an annual checkup for skin cancer is vital. We live in the Sunshine State after all, and our skin bears the brunt of the sunshine. It's time to have your annual skin checkup. There's no better doctor to take care of this for you than Dr. Jose Mendez. Dr. Mendez is a board-certified dermatologist, and when it comes to caring for your skin and making sure that it is healthy as possible and skin cancer-free, you want Dr. Mendez as your personal dermatologist. Dr. Mendez is caring and very knowledgeable. Your annual skin cancer exam is covered by Medicare. Dr. Mendez also takes most other insurances. Steve Kane recently had his annual skin cancer checkup. It was easy breezy. Dr. Mendez examined him from head to toe, took off a few things, and now Steve is good to go. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681. When you call, make sure to ask for Sarah. She takes extra good care of Steve Kane listeners and will get you an appointment fast. Early detection of skin cancer can save your life. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681.
The Medicare open enrollment period is here. Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080, and allow her to educate and guide you through the many plans, choices, and cost considerations. I Will Advisors represents all major insurance companies, not just a single carrier, so they will make sure you choose the best option for you. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, we are back. Now that I think about it, when the dust settles on this huge scandal, which is about to be released, and I am talking about the Barr report. Not the first one, the second one is evidently the powerful one. That's going to be the official end of
or the beginning.
her quest. Not at the beginning, it's the end. It's the end. They're going to realize she was involved in the earliest stages of this gigantic scandal that is about to be unearthed on the American people. And if even Hillary probably is going to realize that her stock is going down to nowhere once that happens.
Well, that's when things are going to change, because there'll be indictments with Barr. There's going to be people indicted with Barr. That's not a report. Those are indictments.
Because you understand, we're not looking. We have to stay realistically oriented. We're not imagining that Hillary's going to get indicted, no matter how good the Barr report is. I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to get that.
No. But people like Comey may.
Oh, that would be great. Comey is there are three that I want to see. Comey, who you know the guys I'm talking.
Well, McCabe, Comey, Strzok.
McCabe is already old news already.
No.
Strzok
He's got to go too.
I want to see.
They need to go too.
New indictments.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that used to be head of the CIA?
Brennan, Clapper.
And Clapper. Those are the and Comey.
Yeah.
Those are the big three. If those three go to jail, I'll consider it a win for justice.
Yeah. And that's coming. It's just a matter of time.
I don't know about that. That's very optimistic. I mean, to get all three of them, it's possible, but a long shot. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Kane spelled K-A-N-E. 1-888-KANE and the number 1, and we will take your calls. I'd like to take some calls in this hour. Those of you who watched yesterday, we should have been talking more, I think, today about yesterday's events.
I spent the first 2 hours talking about those. Yeah. I talked about them a lot. I mean, but, you know what? It's time for the Gold Report, Steve. We're a little off on our break schedule today.
Let's take the break. We'll be back.
No, we're back now. I have Youngerman on the line. He's right there, Steve.
William, how are you? Well, I think I'm doing good. I think I'm following your advice, and it looks like things are getting ready to really heat up in the precious metals market. How's it looking today?
Looking good. It's still holding nicely around these support levels that we've been seeing, and possibly getting ready to take off. We'll see how that goes. But yesterday we had a little bit of a pullback after Tuesday's nice rise. Gold dropping $3.20 at $14.74.10, but remaining nicely above the $14.70, what was a resistance area. Silver was down, though, yesterday, 33 cents down at $16.81, giving us another buying opportunity at the lower end of the trading range. Platinum dropped also $15 at $8.93, and palladium was up $13 at $1,851. This morning we got gold just fractionally lower at $14.73.20. That's actually down about 90 cents. Silver up 2 cents right now at $16.83 the ounce, while platinum is at $8.89. That's down $4, and palladium is up or down $6 at $18.45. So again, the market's just trading in a very narrow range right now, but giving us a little bit of a buying opportunity at the lower end of that range.
Well, you know, we are here at Christmas time, and that's a very special time at William Youngerman Inc. William, of course, who has been considered one of the premier businesses and minds in the world of precious metals, has told us that we've got a buying opportunity here, and it coincides with Christmas. Great. William, tell them, people out there who haven't done all their Christmas shopping yet and may not be, for whatever reasons, aware of the great possibilities that you offer up at William Youngerman. Tell them a little bit about what you had for Christmas.
Certainly. In fact, the guys were pulling out of the vault yesterday a lot of stuff, jewelry that is just beautiful, estate jewelry for our Christmas people that want to come in and take advantage of our specials, our year-end clearance on all of the precious metal jewelry, gold and silver and platinum jewelry that is just beautiful, and basically we sell it for the metal value. So you get a great opportunity. You'll pay a fraction of the price that jewelry stores sell jewelry for. So you'll get beautiful, the very best of the estate jewelry that we've saved up for this time of the year for everybody. So make sure you take a look.
And it's real easy to find William Youngerman, the home office. If you live here in South Florida, you just walk in. They're located at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca. That's the Bank of America building. You'll find William on the first floor, directly across from the bank. You can reach him from anywhere in the world by phone at 1-800-327-5010 or go to the website at williamyoungerman.com. William, great talking to you, and we will speak tomorrow. All right?
Okay, have a great day.
You take care.
Oh boy, yeah, you know this Lady Hag professor they put up there yesterday. I mean, they couldn't find a worse person to put up there. The Democrats. She was a disaster for
They
them.
don't see it. They don't get it. They just...
I don't know about that. I think they do. I think this is what I don't think they realized it.
The one that might have gotten through is our friend who's
Gaetz.
Not Gaetz.
Jordan.
No. The
Turney.
The good.
The
panel was for the,
yeah, Turney.
What's his name?
Is his name Turney, the conservative professor? I forgot his name. No, he didn't get through. No. What I'm telling you is these three liberal hacks that the Democrats brought up, okay? It was they thought they were riding high, I think, until the hearing was over and they saw everything that was... I mean, there was this... Let me play a couple of these things that came out. This is... let me find one of these. There's so many clips on her. I mean, when I'm looking for the one with Gaetz. Okay, this exchange with Gaetz. Listen, in her.
Saying the following: liberals tend to cluster more. Conservatives, especially very conservative people, tend to spread out more, perhaps because they don't even want to be around themselves. Did you say that?
Yes, I did.
Do you understand how that
I don't know, some Democrat. I'm not exactly sure who.
reflects contempt on people who are conservative?
No,
Steve
what I
Kaine
was
show.
talking about there was the natural tendency, if
Okay,
you put the quote
okay.
context, the natural tendency of a compactness requirement to favor...
She's in the intellectual thing. But what she said was, she says conservatives don't even like to congregate amongst themselves because they can't stand each other either. And then she goes into this intellectual argument about how that's right. You know, it's like Strzok at the Walmart smelling the Trump supporters.
Yeah, exactly right.
And then
favor a party whose voters are more spread out.
Well,
and I do not have contempt
hold on.
for
Again, I'm
conservatives.
very limited on time, Professor. And so I just have to say, when you talk about how liberals want to be around each other and cluster, and conservatives don't want to be around each other, and so they have to spread out, it makes people, you may not see this from, like the ivory towers of your law school, but it makes actual people in this country feel like, excuse me, you don't get to interrupt me on this time. Now, let me also suggest that when you invoke the president's son's name here, when you try to make a little joke out of referencing Barron Trump, that does not lend credibility to your argument. It makes you look mean. It makes you look like you're attacking someone's family, the minor child of the president of the United States. So let's see if we can get into the facts. To all of the witnesses.
okay, I mean she was a disaster for them. And yeah, she was a disaster for them yesterday. And some of the things that she said that have come out, like this thing here. This was at another event she was at a while back.
I was struck, I came in from the airport yesterday and I got off the bus from Dulles down at L'Enfant Plaza and I walked up to the hotel, and as I was walking past what used to be the old post office building and is now the Trump Hotel, which I had to cross the street, of course. Are you staying there? God, no.
Okay, so she had to cross the street. She can't walk by Trump. I think what happened yesterday is when they had her out there, they thought she was on top of the world. And then when the hearings are over and they leave and they see the reaction online to this woman.
By the time that
Yeah.
meeting was over, she knows she'd stepped in with
Steve Kaine show.
But it's really interesting to... You know what she was trying to do? She was trying to be Donald Trump.
Funny.
Donald Trump has his greatest charm and skill is that wonderful sarcastic sense of humor he has that is just perfectly honed. Because if it's not perfect, if you try to use humor like that and it falls flat, you look like, what's she in? but this lady ended up looking like an idiot. And she thought she was so cute that she was going to out-Trump Trump with her little cute digs.
Like the
And
Barron slap that she
blew
made.
up in her face.
But they did. But after, yeah. So I think the Democrats are very well aware they had a disaster. Oh, let's take some more calls. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, what's up? You're on the air.
Really think that if some of these low-key traders get indicted, they're not going to flip on Biden, Clinton, Obama, all of them?
I don't think the powers that be will permit Hillary to get nailed.
No, Hillary's never getting indicted. They're not going to indict a former first lady. Never going to happen. It's never going to happen. You're never going to see Hillary or Obama get in any... Obama was the one who ordered the spy operation on Trump Tower, probably. And it's never going to... No. It'll be lower-level people. Strzok, Page, Bruce Orr, Nellie Orr, McCabe.
That's about as high up as I see being realistic.
Brennan, I don't think...
People getting arrested.
Brennan's possible, but I don't think so.
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
He committed perjury.
I understand.
And so, by the way, did the other guy.
Clapper. I think Clapper's cooperating with Barr. I think he's a cooperating witness who's still undercover. Mueller's not going to get in any trouble. He's not going to get in trouble.
I don't think Mueller did anything they could nail him.
Yeah. Comey maybe in trouble. Maybe that'll be about the highest. My guess would be. You got.
I'll settle for that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's always been this way. I'm being realistic.
As strong, I'll tell you, the strongest I will put it is, unless some of the people we're talking about, the upper level, but not Hillary, short of Hillary, unless some of those people are arrested, I think our system is in jeopardy.
It's not going to happen. So then it's going to be. Now, what I appreciate the call. Hillary's, they're not going to indict a first lady.
No, I'm not talking about Hillary. I'm talking about
Clapper and Brennan are maybes. I'll put those as maybes, leaning towards no.
Well, I would consider
leaning towards no. Oh yeah. Now what I've picked up, and this is unconfirmed, but the after 9 o'clock, Pelosi is going to make an announcement. Now let me tell you this: I'm going to make a prediction about that announcement. Okay, I could be totally wrong. We're going to find out in about 15-20 minutes. Okay, it's going to be a big nothing burger. Okay, TV hype to try to get people tuned into the TV for ratings. I think it's just she does these little press conferences all the time from the House. It's going to be some average announcement from Hillary that the press is blowing up. She's not going.
It's either going to be one of two things. It's either going to be that they've decided to move ahead, or.
Well, they're not going to end the hearings after yesterday. They're going to do more than one day of hearings.
I don't know. They may want to limit the damage.
Well, that's my prediction. It's going to be her typical daily little briefing she does about nothing. It's going to be a big nothing. TV hype for ratings. My prediction.
My prediction is they're going to announce they're going to move ahead.
Okay. Well, they're going to keep on with these hearings.
That does it for today. Well, we'll find out real soon who was right on today's announcement. And we'll be back to process it the end of the week tomorrow. We hope you will join us on behalf of Brian Craig, the amazing Brian Craig, my partner here on the Steve Kane Show. And I am Steve, and you know who you are. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. God bless America.
All right, guys. See you later.